We need more screens for this Casey person.
Oh, greetings. We are Fellowship Gaming, here to entertain you with yet another tale of daring, disaster, and dimwits. So please grab your favorite drink and perhaps a snack, and let us regale you with songs of our misdeeds. Today we are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which is a high fantasy D20 system. If you would like to see more content, please check us out on fellowshipgaming.quest, where you can subscribe and hit that bell notification and leave us a comment. If you would like to join us during our live stream, head over to Twitch and give us a follow in order to be a part of the live chat. And we are continuing with Majia, which I will turn it over to Justin to go ahead and give us a recap on this.
Alrighty. Yay. Thank you for the applause, Brian, specifically.
You're
Brian and only
welcome.
Brian. All right. So last we left off, you guys had spent a day and part of a morning on the Iron Prow's fort that is just way out at sea on this outcropping of rocks and this cobbled together series of shipwrecks. You are currently in the fort itself, having been tasked by the leader of the Iron Prow, Admiral Dodge, this big brawl beast of a man who has been asking you to sort of root out an infection problem after he had gotten a report back from Brinston, the surviving douchebag from the ancient lighthouse, that the Smert'zhuks can influence people that are infected. He is basically having a paranoid evil man spiral where he doesn't know who to trust, but he has been told in that same report that you guys can figure it out. So having kidnapped, amicably kidnapped, coerced is the word.
Coerced is the word.
Coerced both you and Leoxandra to come to the fort here. You have been assigned the task of figuring out where the infection sort of spread to, if it was only just the one guy, Danby, who did turn into a cocoon and erupt into a Smert'zhuk, which has now been subdued and chained up in sort of a cavern beneath the fort itself, and has mostly been quiet for the amount of time they've had it, about a little less than 2 weeks. So it took you guys a few days to sail out here. So you guys spent a day or a night in trying to dent yourself to the crew, acting as new people so as to not tip off anyone that you have more information than to not cause a panic or to accelerate whatever plan may or may not be happening here. You know that the Smert'zhuk have some capability to plan, even though they are these big insectoid creatures. Tivin was tabletopped by a human and a halfling who were hazing the new guy. He talked to Sander, the cook of the fort here. It's your guys' names that I'm having a hard time remembering. Katha spoke to Kayak, one of the Varst pirates that works on the Herald, which is the large galleon that Admiral Dodge is the captain of himself, his personal ship. You guys send up a watch. Komarov prevented a sad pirate from being able to go to the bathroom for a very long time by piling up a bunch of stones in front of the door you guys were sleeping behind while he was on his watch.
Yeah, I guess he didn't realize that we had a roommate.
Yeah, you're in a room with like 12 people.
Yeah.
You guys have your own trunks. Yeah, you're just in repurposed rooms. All right. Was there any questions? Anything I missed?
Let's see. And I picked a fight with someone somehow.
Oh, the
You
beast,
did.
big female Varst. You picked a fight, and one narrowly. Well, I don't know how narrow your hit points were, but she did throw you through a table.
She did. Yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, no, it was good. She walked away having been consoled by her goons, as it were.
Hmm.
Katha was asked to do her religious stuff outside during the fight. You guys made some gold with Kayak acting as sort of like the trusted face to distribute. You made like 6 gold.
We did.
And that is where we all reconvene now. So you have sort of made a mixed reputation for yourself. Komarov having been seen as a bruiser and a brawler. Tivin having been easily tipped over, which I think is... and Katha... I don't remember how public Katha's ventures were. I think you mostly kept to yourself
Yeah,
and
they were.
spoke
Yeah.
to
I think
one
the only
guy.
thing was I was trying to do the morning ritual and just botched it utterly and got kicked out. But other than that, yeah, Kike is the only one. Kak, I don't know how to say his name. Kick,
They call him Cake. Just Cake.
Cake works. And he
Bruce
had some
Dangerous Bart.
interesting information because
Mm.
unless you've found your notes and this has changed, it seems like the infection started on the Squall.
I did find the names of the other ships. So the Herald is the galleon. The Squall is sort of I don't know what this size of ship is called, but it's basically the same size as the Sate Caprice. Just sort
I
of
think it's a caravel.
and yeah, I'm not certain. It's a middle-sized ship. I'm mostly
I think
going
that's
off of-
caravels, but
There's
someone that
so
knows a lot more about ships will correct me.
Yeah, there's so many kinds of ships. But the largest is the Herald. The Squall is sort of the middle one, and then there are 2 smaller sized ships that are the Thrush and the Paradise. They're named after birds.
Mm-hmm.
So there are 2 smaller ships, a middle-sized ship, which is the one you guys showed up on, and then the Herald itself, which has been docked for the longest.
Okay. But yeah, like I said, in my notes I have that Danby was on the Squall. Although last time I remember you saying you didn't think that was supposed to be accurate.
Yeah, I think that was misspeaking. I think my intention, we don't have to backtrack, but for transparency, I think he was supposed to have been on the Thrush.
Okay.
And I had my notes backwards.
The Squall, is that the ship that brought us or the ship that took Brian's husband?
The Squall brought us.
Alexandro,
Okay.
yeah, the Squall brought you, and the Paradise is the one that brought Alexandra.
And the Paradise is the same as the Squall ship slash size-wise, or is that one of the 2 smaller ships? So
One
a
of the
little fast.
smaller ones. They're a little
Okay.
faster.
All right. I'm just making sure I understand, so we're good.
Yeah, yeah. So there are 4 docked ships in the area here. You came on the Squall. The Herald and the Thrush have been sort of docked the longest. The Paradise and the Squall were called back with guests to figure all this stuff out.
All right. And then there's people who basically just live here, like cooks and maids and random
Yeah, so there are basically enough
permanent
people
fixtures. Okay.
to run 5 ships.
Yeah.
Some of them hang out here, but it's not really. It's sort of on a case-by-case basis. As far as you guys can sort of discerned, is like there's usually people here, but that's for like laying low or organizing like contracts or healing from injuries.
Yeah, we're just getting an idea of the numbers, so that helps paint a picture, which I like. So
Hmm.
it also not 100%, but it means that like some people might be interfluid on certain ships. Like, hey, we need 5 extra hands, so they're just like, cool, I got that. Or we don't
Oh,
need
you
3 extra because we want to be a little faster, so 3 people just stay back, or whatever, something like that. So
oh
that's
yeah,
I like information is what I mean. So we're good.
it's definitely what you just said is definitely the case. Is like if you're trying to make a fast getaway, you can drop some stuff off here and then bail. Um, so the crews are generally pretty fluid unless you are an officer. From your meeting with Admiral Dodge that he does keep notes and ledgers, and he sort of puts on the front of being this big meathead, but I don't remember who it was that made the insight, but this is someone who is intelligent, organized, and from the rumors you've heard, magically inclined. So he is huge and has a great sword.
Yeah.
So you guys
Again,
are.
so
Oh.
like I said, it's kind of things are pointing to the squall, and we might want to see if we can find some people that knew Danby that were friends of Danby, because you've got to have friends somewhere. I mean, I guess you don't got to, but
Hmm.
Certainly makes things easier.
I think that's what Keith is saying. We need to figure out who was friends with Davy or Danby and see if they came across something that they didn't bring forward.
Well, that sounds easier than my method. I'm getting good information, but it hurts.
Yeah, I think the beating people until they talk is going to. There's too many of them and too few of us.
Hmm.
Challenge. Brian's like they don't, or oh my God, Kormov.
Komarov.
Komarov. He's
Komarov.
like, don't give me my husband back. There's gonna be even less.
Yeah, but I thought he was supposed to be given visitation rights to his husband.
Yeah.
Well, I don't remember that. The way I remember it, and Komarov's understanding is, we settled this, and I get Alexandra back. And as long as he keeps his word, there's no problems.
Yeah, that I agree with is true. Oh, I will probably spend some time healing up Komarov after this fight.
I'm curious. Am I gonna roll a 3? Oh my gosh. No. That's not great on 3d8. There's 10.
It's
It's
what's the
not a
average?
3 though.
I mean, here you go. Yeah, that's 18, I believe. Yeah.
What's the average of 3d8? 12? It's still below average, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
But
actually
it's not
14.
the 2 and the 3 of like 2 sessions ago, where I was like, oh, look, 2, 2, 3.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was
I remember you using it, and I didn't realize it was 3d8. I thought it was just like a
A D8.
d6.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
yeah. Okay, well, we'll get Komarov fully healed up. I think we have time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so
But
your
yeah, I
guys'
think for
uh,
Keitha, she's going to recommend we start figuring out who was friends with Danby and see if they know anything or if he mentioned being. If he mentioned something about finding something to point to the Smert'zhuks.
mhm.
Like a beacon, or what do you mean?
What I mean is, like, maybe he disappeared for a
Oh, right.
time and showed back up, and no one knew where he was, but he came back, and, oh, we thought you
Some
decided to
danger.
desert.
Yeah.
Glad
okay,
you
I see.
didn't.
I was thinking, yeah.
And he didn't talk about it. Or if he and someone else found something and totally did the alien, oh, my buddy swallowed a bunch of bugs, but I better not tell anyone.
Yeah. They wouldn't understand. They'll only kill him. Yeah.
Yeah!
Jesus.
I hate scientists in most sci-fi movies. They're stupid.
Joke's on you. That's what Brian wants to do for Spooktober.
You're all scientists.
Oh, that's
Oh, I give my 45 a blowjob and I want to roll up something else. Thanks.
Right.
God.
That's what an android can do, I suppose.
Oh, no, it's just so utterly stupid what they do in those, because they have, like, no first contact operating procedures.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, this thing seems to be friendly. No, you dipshit, it's predatory. That's why it's not leaving you alone.
Yeah, and it's the worst thing too because like the first 4 Alien/Predator movies are all science based, and you're like, no, they're way more dogmatic about quarantine and shit.
Uh-huh.
Like that's their whole shtick. But yeah, and then I get annoyed with Aliens and Predator because it's like they've been here since time immemorial, like in spots, and you're like, oh yeah, we just forgot about them periodically, and like, no, that's not how plagues work. We
No.
remember everything.
Yeah, we
Ugh.
very much remember the Black Plague, and we're still studying it.
Yep.
As an alien enthusiast, obviously, I do feel the need to point out that all scientists in all the alien films that I'm aware of, I've not seen all of them, there's like 10, they're all corporate scientists specifically. They are encouraged to be dumber than normal by
I mean,
money.
you're not wrong.
You're not wrong, but
Oh.
it still makes me mad as hell because it's like, think for 5 seconds. You're still a scientist. You're not a
No,
moron.
yeah.
But
It's
I'm
like the
corporate.
second
That's
one.
still predatory, dipshit.
Yeah. And in
Yeah,
fact, I
you
think
can bug off it, but also
like I think the story of the first Alien. We're getting so off track.
We are,
Yeah.
and we should
Most of
get
the
back
movies
on track.
are a setup by people that are not in danger. They're sent out knowing that they will die
yeah.
in some capacity. Okay.
Yeah.
So
No.
PayPal wants to find who knows Danby. Is
Or
anyone
new.
or new?
He's
Fair
dead.
enough. He's been dead. Yeah. Does anyone want to try and do anything a little more underhanded? I know we don't have Mike here, and he's the one playing the rogue.
Both our rogues are
is
now
everyone-
gone.
Oh yeah. But is anyone gonna be doing anything but talking?
Trying to think. So, we're at the end of the combat day, quote unquote, or are we?
Now the fight
Waking up
happened
next
during
morning.
breakfast. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's like
Yeah,
we're
okay.
not even to noon yet.
yeah.
I'm just trying to get because it's been like 2 or 3 weeks since we last played. I'm just trying to get an idea of
Yeah, so this is
where we
the
are in the
beginning
time
of the
frame.
first.
Have we?
So you've only been here for like one night.
That's what I thought. Like, yeah. All right. Because
So
we
you have
did interact
time.
the first evening, and then we kind of searched around, and obviously Tiven didn't see shit, but
Okay.
and saw. I think Brian might have, or oh my God, Komarov might have seen some things, and then then Komarov got into a fight. I got into a fight with, and then I met the chef, and that was during the morning, right?
You met the chef last night,
Oh, okay.
but
okay,
we're now to the morning.
okay.
So Komarov is our first fight today.
Yep.
And no new ships since last night. No new ships have arrived, and no earlier ships have left. Everything is still
No.
static. From
Everything is still static.
all right,
In
beautiful.
fact, I think somebody was while Katha was outside, and somebody went outside at night as well. There are guards posted up outside of the
Yeah.
ships.
Yeah, I think was it Magnus or somebody was like trying to trail him to see if like there were. Oh no, I think I was attempting to do so with surveying to see if there were like secret, not tunnels, but you know what I mean, like places where they would have hid people and stuff, and I couldn't. That I
Hidey
failed.
holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
I'm catching up. It's been I'm in a good way. Like it's hard. I don't want to go off track again, but like I'm trying to focus because I haven't been focused for the past couple months, and now I'm like really on the ball. So I'm definitely catching up mentally.
Okay.
Sounds
So
good.
I want to do this. Katha is actually thinking and going, oh, maybe I should do this. And she's looking around at eating utensils and anything. Is there anything she can find that's actually made out of metal?
Yeah, most of the eating utensil, or like with the eating utensils being sort of piecemeal, there are plenty of the more common, cheaper wooden ones, but there are metal eating utensils that they're not like hidden away.
Yeah, but like if I can find an actual silver one, I'd prefer that. But I'll take steel if that, or what, tin.
Oh, yeah.
But
was
yeah,
like, would I
she's
have a-
definitely looking for, and she'll probably ask Tiven, hey, I want to find like good silver or good steel.
I think off track a little. I was just on a post on Reddit about species / racism in D&D, and I was like, this is it. Just because I'm a dwarf, but I was like, yeah, but Tiven would actually recognize metals, so it's valid. But
She respects Tiven because he
Yeah.
talks a lot about that, and she's like, my people usually would use wood or bone, right?
What like dwarf or no? Tibbin talks about it actively.
Yes.
Yeah, no, valid.
It's not an
This is
assumption,
not
it's a story.
Katha being like, you're a dwarf, you know metal, right? No, this is
Yeah.
Katha going, you
mean,
talk
yeah,
about this a lot.
Tiven has an affinity for stonework, so like
Yeah.
quartz and stuff. But recognizing a patina on a silver versus a stainless or a iron would be something
you have-
any dwarf of any value would be able to pick up on. So
You have don't you have you have crafting skills, don't you? Oh, I forgot.
I do.
Smithing?
Yeah, I have quick
Okay.
repair and high crafting skills to fix my shield.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So basically Katha's gonna ask Tiven, and she's gonna scout around and see if she can find a piece of
there's
silverware
also
that's
coinage,
silver.
right? Does it have to be silverware, or can
No,
it, be
it just
coinage?
needs to be
Silver,
metal.
silver, right? Right.
Just
That's what I'm
needs to be
saying.
metal.
So-
Anything metal. Preferable steel or silver.
Oh no, Brian can't, or Komarov can't do that. He does earth. He doesn't.
does
He's not the
earth,
metal type.
yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be like, ask no. Well, no, but shit. Between an earth kineticist and the dwarf, we should be able to find any amount of metal you want pretty quickly.
I don't need a lot. It's just
I know.
useful for a spell that I can use to fight with.
All right.
I'm sure Magnus would also like some metal for the same spell, since it's a spell we both have.
So they took your weapons. They didn't take any of your other stuff. So Magnus still has his spellcasting components.
Yeah.
And I mean,
And
I
I
guess
think,
I have silver coins on me too then. So
Yeah. So if you're doing what is it? Needle
needle darts. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll just use a coin. Never mind then.
Oh yeah.
But
Also,
I'll keep
no,
a
never
coin
mind.
very close at hand so I can do it.
Yeah, Matt, I talked to Mike about this. He has like just a wad of silver because it doesn't turn back into a coin. It just comes back to you.
Well, here's the thing. We were just on a ship, right?
Yes.
100% chance that any of them had shot. So I mean, just carrying a cannonball that you can peel off, or birdshot,
Yep.
or lead
Technology
shot.
level in Majia is before cannons.
Is it?
Yep. That's what
So
me and
do all the
Casey talked
ships
about.
have like harpoons or ballista instead of?
Yeah, they're
Oh,
so the St. Caprice had one front-mounted ballista, and so did the
Oh,
Squall.
that's all right.
Yeah,
Never
the
mind.
you
Yeah,
haven't
okay.
looked at the Herald, but it's bigger.
So yeah, I guess I would be trying to find a piece of silverware so I don't tear up my silver coins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you just want us to make some random? I don't know what the checks would be.
Perception checks?
Sure. Oh, it's valid.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, if you want to use or if you have a specific
I'll use perception.
knowledge.
Oh, is there a gnome feat where they can just smell? It's terrible. Like gnomes can
We
smell
don't have
gold.
gnomes.
I know. I'm just curious
But
off the top.
that is a thing though, yes.
Or is it
That is-
dwarves also had like gem finder or something? I'm just
I
off my.
think it's gnomes. I think it's
Yeah,
a
that's what I
5th
thought.
level
Yeah, I
ancestry
think it's
feat.
gnomes.
Yeah. All right.
Uh,
There we go.
So if you have
Yeah.
Vivian, if you're looking for K-Thought, you find a lot of you see people with silverware, and it looks like it's not really coveted. Like they're not they don't keep it under lock and key, but people do like take it back with their dishes to the area they drop all their stuff off to the kitchen serving area.
And that would probably be like tin.
Be like, what?
Tin.
Like,
it's
silver plated
low
tin.
quality stuff.
Yeah.
So it's
Low
so
quality,
you find
but
you
usable.
see a bunch of usable stuff, but you don't see anything of any high quality. You do see with a 14, you do see that like the floors, the tables, the chairs, they're all wood. They do have iron nails in them that you could probably pry out if you wanted to be a little sneaky about it. Just collect a couple.
I don't think I want to be sneaky. No. Because I'm not sneaky.
Like people would it would definitely stand out if you just started prying nails out of anything.
Yeah.
But a few missing nails wouldn't necessarily raise any alarms either. Tivin, you looking around, not the only people with weapons are officers. And certainly none of them are like expressing, and they're not hanging out in the floor with everyone else. The nature of the quarantine being a little like low key under wraps is mostly they're probably holed up in their ships. You see Rafa running back and forth between the admiral's room. They all had weapons. So you're thinking that if you're looking for anywhere you would find like good silver would either be behind a locked door, or like legitimately where you would find your weapons anyway.
Right.
But you could try and K-Thought doesn't want to ruin her silver coins. People do have money here. You could try to get someone else's silver coins. So you'd either have to rob someone that still has their nice stuff, probably an officer, get into a room where they have actual booty without being seen, or just actually rob someone, negotiate something off of them.
Could I, in lieu of being deceptive, could I use crafting to fix things for small amounts of silver? Because I mean, even 2 or 3 silver over a day's work would be more than enough for Keitha's utilization, and it would keep me within my lawful good standing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's our problem, lawful good.
I mean, I'm not lawful stupid, but yeah,
no. I still like using alignments, but I like them mostly to be narrative. I'm not gonna shit on anyone for having a moment of weakness or like needing to move the story along. But I do think it would occur to Tivin that would absolutely work. Except anyone doing repair work is doing repair work as like a normal shift. If you want to get paid, you're going to have to fix something for someone personally, which still leads you to officers or people with influence, but it's just asking if they need specialty crafting done, which is a lot less. The stakes on that are so much lower than like trying to steal something off of someone. If you're just looking for silver, you just got to find the right person to be like, hey, I'm good. I have these skills, and I'm looking for some money for an extra ration of rum or what have you.
Oh, fair.
So yeah, Kevin, you're aware that there are things around, but they're closer guarded. But you could absolutely find someone willing to pay you for legitimate work.
Yeah, I think I would. I'll attempt that avenue first. And if I can't think of the word. If I not express, but if I expend that avenue, then I'll look at other options. I can't roll for Magnus, but I feel like Magnus would be far better suited to doing. Like if I can go in and be like, hey, yeah, I'd rather just do that. I really have nothing else to do throughout the day, anyways. Also, I'm trying to quote unquote save face. I'm trying to think. I don't think silver is specifically anything that is utilized in cookware outside of cutlery. So like I couldn't offer to fix like a pan or a pot or anything. That's typically cast or some other type of iron.
I mean, again, it's really it just needs some good metal for this, not specifically.
Well,
silver.
and that's the thing. As a dwarf, I'm utilizing like I'm really good with like fixing swords and armor and things of that nature. And I'm just trying to think. There's not a freestanding blacksmith here, I imagine.
No, not a freestanding one.
I don't know
people doing repair work, but it's mostly like actual just ship stuff, hammering out nails, and repairing the sails is a lot of it. Weaving ropes.
That's tactile. That's not. I'm just saying, there's no proactive smithy here? I imagine people like if they need to heat up to make nails, or if they want to do coopering or whatever.
Oh, there is space for it, but there's not like a full forge. You have to do something makeshift.
Barrels are very common on ships, dating all the way back. So it literally went ceramics to barrels because wood was far more plentiful. As far as like carrying things, if there's not a cooper or anybody to fix certain things, there's going to be refuse pile. If there's a refuse pile, say with metal bands or anything like that, then I could. That's what I'm trying to look at. What there might be overage, like if a ship is destroyed, they piecemeal it. They was it Perseus or whatever? They take it apart and utilize the mast elsewhere. They utilize the nails elsewhere. They utilize whatever.
Yeah.
If a barrel breaks down, they're going to reutilize the coops, the bands. If tools break down, they're going to reutilize the tools. Do they have a methodology to fix those on hand? If they do, like a blacksmithy, then I can just go there and say, hey, I'm a dwarf. This is what I do. Let me help. And then while I'm helping, then maybe I can, pocket some good iron or good, steel or good whatever. But I'm just looking for an avenue that allows me to do something within my talent capability,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is they don't have like a full forge, but they do have like areas where you do still need to heat up metal in order to repair stuff, but you wouldn't be able to do anything like armor or weapons. It's like the makeshift thing that people have like in their backyards,
right?
But without gas. So
everybody's just got like a coal.
Yeah, they have facilities, but you wouldn't be able to do like magical work. But doing like small scale stuff or even repairing something that's already been forged, that's all totally possible. So they have repair facilities, just not like a full forge.
You could fix that table over there.
All right.
Yes. Yeah. If Tivin wants to go, so
Yeah,
I'll
let's just do it. Look for refuse for iron or any metal that would be left over. If not, then I'm going to maybe, I don't know, try to upgrade that area and just offer my services. Like, hey, I ate shit last night. I'm gonna help out, and then like if I could fix unbend a sword or not that that's not what I meant necessarily, but I don't know. I can attempt to steal. I got a really poor thievery.
yeah. Uh,
Um,
so you could, uh, uh, good reminder from Komarov. They thought that table and one of the chairs is totally destroyed. That's just free nails.
Oh, yeah.
If you
Okay.
wanted better metals to have access to, you could absolutely have Tivin go talk to an officer about doing some specialty work to earn some silver. Or you could just go clean up a mess that Komarov's
Yeah, I think
body
that's
has made.
probably a good idea. Yeah, we'll clean up the mess and take any nails, and I'll pocket a few.
Yeah, so you guys go over. Tivin, I will say that like you have spoken to Sander, and he would absolutely know who to talk to about all of that stuff. He might even have work to do himself. You guys go over and clean up the mess from this brawl. And Kathod, just part of cleaning up the mess is picking up all the nails, and nobody is gonna hassle you about that. So you guys go clean that up. Um, does Komarov have a way he want? 'Cause in addition to how does everyone want to approach? So your time frame is in like I think the checks you made the last time we played was you've got like at the most 2 weeks before anything that's gonna happen has to happen as far as like the incubation cycle of the
Yeah.
Smert'zhuk. Um, but you're probably more so looking at like 5 days. So you have days. If you're lucky, you have a week, or if they are um, holding back the way you've seen them be able to do, you've got whatever time frame the plan may or may not be. Um, so you do have some time if you want to try and like finesse things, or if you want to be a little slow run on this. Is there a way you all want to approach this as far as like just talking or being more sneaky? I know you guys are not necessarily all the stealthiest kinds, but there are lots. But presenting me with what you're trying to get will let me know how to present that information to you guys. Is all I mean.
Yeah. I mean, Katha would probably be trying to talk to people
Uh-huh.
about stuff because that's more her style.
Yeah. Now, this is an important question for the purposes of failures, critical failures. Do you have any feats that allow your intentions when asking questions to go unnoticed?
Do I? Oh no.
Okay. That's fine, but that is one of the there are consequences to failing when you're asking questions that can be a little touchy. How does Komarov want to sort of operate? You were really straightforward. You botched it and you got thrown through a table.
Yep.
Do you have other ideas, or are you going to keep doing that?
That's really Komarov's strength. So we're just gonna keep leaning into it. They'll run out of tables eventually.
Okay. And then does Tivin want to try and sort of indenture himself into maybe presenting himself as someone more skilled than your average guy to try and sort of get in with someone who has more information than other people, or so you can have access to other areas potentially?
Both. I'm trying to remember. So we know that there was there was somebody infested on the island or something. I'm trying to recollect my memories.
So, pirate named Danby. He's the one whose remains were found after the Smert'zhuk attacked Admiral Dodge. Admiral Dodge has a report from one of his like on land guys, one of the guys you've spoken to. He's worried about finding people that are infected but not fully at
Oh,
incubation end because they can be influenced. Basically,
okay,
he's looking for spies.
and largely we're just trying to suss out if anybody in the population on the island might be sus.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you're
And as
looking for
far as we
people that are
know,
infected.
nobody is infected that we've interacted with yet, right?
Not to your knowledge.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Do they have? Did we find out if they have any protocols in place? Like, does anybody on the island know that there's an infestation potentially, or anything like that? Like, I can't remember what the general knowledge is.
You know, the only people you're positive know are the officers from the Squall.
Right.
Rafa is the elf that has sort of been he on your sort of showing you around, or at least until now. You know, the Admiral Dodge knows, and the woman that was standing in the room with you guys during the I
We
want to
don't
say
even have a.
negotiation, but
We don't even know her name.
no, yeah, nobody asked who she was.
And
Oh,
the three people you just you just named, they're not currently with us on the island.
No, they the
Right.
Dodge and the woman have like their own quarters, but they are in the building. So you're on the island. It's less of an island and more of just a standing fort surrounded by wrecked ships that have been tied together. So you have, and that's just spatially, like you have less space than the word island implies.
No, that's fine.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends on what definition of island we're going by.
That's fine.
that's fair.
But effectively, we were tasked with getting information.
Yeah.
And they took Alexandra specifically to incentivize us to do what they want us to do.
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes.
That is correct.
mhm.
Okay. And so long story short, they effectively just want us to see if there is infected on the island, and if there are infected on the island, or if people know more than they're giving away about the infected, if they can be controlled while incubating. Is that also something that we're trying to investigate? Or something like that's one of their fears?
No, that's one of our fears.
Oh, that they can be influenced while
Yeah.
infected, but not presenting as the exploded body. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
So
I'm
yeah, we're
starting to pick up.
investigating that, but that's more us, not so much them.
Okay, I thought that was part of the overarching, like, hey, go here and do this, but it both are valid. So yeah, so I think getting more information would be valuable, and in doing so, ingratiating myself with other crews. So I know that there's at least 3 other crews, and then there's a contingent of extra people who equate to a crew, but they're not specific to any particular ship that we know of. So I think I'm terrible at social stuff, but it would be better to try. Although I failed miserably with the other group, the people who table flipped me. Maybe see if there's any innate what's the terminology, like rivalries that we can possibly gain some information on. So I'll just probably carouse a bit. And
Okay.
in doing so, also put myself forth as a career craftsman of metal and stonework, um, so that if people do need pots and pans repaired, or if they need small equipment repaired, I can attempt to do so. I do have a crafting kit with me, so I don't think they took that from me. And my weapon is my shield, although I had a boarding pike, which they also took, and I don't really care about anymore, which is sad that I put that in my character art. But anyways, yeah. So I will. That's what Tibbin would like to do. He'd like to carouse, and if that's a social role, then so be it. But all my roles are going to be low no matter what I do.
Mhm.
The only other thing I could potentially do is survey, quote unquote, the island, but that really nothing because I guess it's survival or surveying. If we knew that there was an infestation, like people were quarantined or something, that would be something I could accommodate. But that doesn't sound like it's something that is an issue
Um,
currently. So
I will say there's nothing to looking for hiding spots. Like if that's where Tibbin's mind goes, that would work and be good information.
sure. I mean, I'll stick with the ingratiating first to try to get more information, and then that's just something I can also do on the down low, just kind of because there are defensible areas and there are oh my God, what's the word? When soldiers do their fire walk. Um,
Firewatch.
yeah, but like when you circumnavigate a fort, it's a patrol. That's it.
Patrol,
There's
yeah.
patrols and things of that nature, and Tivin would be ingratiated to like notice those things. But at the moment, since it's not nighttime, he's less concerned. And then also so he's just going to be trying to ingratiate himself with the other crews, and in doing so, the skill that he has that is the most apropos would be craft. So if there's something that he can do within the specializations that he has, which is just masonry and general blacksmithing. So he's not trying to get money, but he's just in his estimation he had a bad night. He lost face, so he's just trying to gain it back, I guess. Because he did lose rep, right? We had bad rep or something, but then Brian had a really good roll, so we got good rep back. I don't remember.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, that's the sum of it. Yeah, you had sort of a bad first impression, and Komarov did win a fight against a brawler, a known brawler. So that's made him stand out. High rep, not necessarily good rep. High visibility, not necessarily good rep.
Keitha
Yeah.
was able to get some good information from Kike.
Yeah, Keitha does not. Keitha has sort of evened out on reputation because of getting kicked out, but Kaik has sort of you had a very clean, normal conversation with him.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I guess I could add that Keitha would probably be willing to use her medicine to help people. And try and actually use that to check for infection on people.
I was just gonna say you can ask if like there's been any rash of sicknesses or anything like that. That's really good.
Well, I mean, there's the general cuts and scrapes and bruises. And Keitha could easily do a full diagnostic on someone. And she
That's what I'm
knows what
saying.
to look for, so.
Correct. They wouldn't. They would think maybe it's an infection, and you'd be like, no, it's yeah, that's what it is. But also, as Keitha, you'd be like,
Yeah.
just a little more.
It would very much be there's some things I want to check just to be sure. And what she's checking for is the signs of Smert'zhuk's, not necessarily well, infections, yes, but probably also things like she could say malnutrition or something that makes
Everybody dies of
sense, but
dysentery.
I'm not as medically inclined as she is, actually.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. But yeah, those will both work. If you guys want to, so it'll either be you can use we're gonna have to start with at least a diplomacy or a deception to try and find basically to actually convince people that you are legitimately good at medicine.
I mean, even though she actually is.
Well, they've seen
That's
her do
fine.
clerical stuff, haven't they?
Yeah.
Say one more time.
They've seen her do clerical healing.
Well, paladin
Um,
healing.
Paladin healing.
Well, it's all. Yeah, I know, but it's
Divine healing, yes. They've seen her do divine
I mean,
healing.
I think the first time that has come up was you healing Komarov just now.
Yeah.
She didn't hide it.
Oh, that's fair. Oh yeah, you're right. I don't know why I thought it was. Oh yeah, it doesn't matter. On the
You do
yeah,
clerical
it's the
stuff.
crew that we came with, they've seen it, but the rest of you're right. You're right. Sorry.
All right. Well, I'll give you that diplomacy roll then. Not terrible.
Good.
Hey, that'll work.
So you're just trying to convince these people that you're not a con artist.
That I know not just divine, but I actually know real medicine.
I'm not a snake oil salesman. I'm a lizard oil salesman.
No, I'm just poisonous.
Uh,
A Varst oil salesman.
Actually venomous, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, venomous.
Not all Varst are venomous. She is, but not.
I am, but most aren't.
So,
Some are poisonous.
see?
It can be
Alright.
both.
What's the difference? If I bite you and inject you with something that kills you, that's venomous. If you bite them and they inject you with something through your bite that kills you, they're poisonous.
Venom is in the blood. Poison is in the guts.
No, there's a it's a I want to say it's a Reddit meme where it's like
Probably.
if you bite them and you die, it's poisonous.
poison.
If they bite you
and you
and
die.
they die, you're venomous. If you bite them and they like it, that's kink.
Yeah.
Or something. Yeah, I'm like, God damn
Something
it.
like that. But yeah.
Anyways, for ingratiating myself, would you allow me to use society instead of diplomacy,
Yeah.
even with a higher DC?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Doing pirate shit.
There you go.
Oh!
All right. K-Thought, you how do you approach just sort of introducing yourself as a medical practitioner to try and get access to people's bodies?
Hold on.
I mean, effectively, someone's gonna
Hold
do
on.
something stupid.
Hang out, you're dead, yeah.
Because people do stupid things. And I'll
Okay,
go
so
and be
K-Though's
like,
looking for just
okay.
an opportunity.
Yeah, she's looking for an opportunity. That's it.
Yeah, you walk up to one of the tables where they are repairing the sails, like just stitching shut some like weathering actually, and like fixing the edges. And there's a guy sitting at one of the tables who just goes, "I've hurt myself."
Well,
And
I
he's
mean,
just got
there's
one of those
probably
big ass needles just all the way through the palm of his hand.
that's impressive.
And he's like, "What do I do?" And everyone, it just keeps working. K-Fi is like, you walk up and
Sit down. Pass me your
okay.
hand.
He holds out his hand. The needles are like the size of a pen.
Yeah, I mean, it's. Does Sander have any alcohol? Strong alcohol? Do I have it? Okay.
Yeah, you call over Sander, and he's like, oh, I forgot what his voice was. This is the downside of not being able to get on the video is I forgot the voices. He's like, yeah, I
That
can't
sounds right.
give you the bottle, but yeah,
Give him a shot.
he gives you. Oh yeah, he's like, oh okay. He just like tilts his head back and pours it in. He's like, thanks. And yeah, you get to work, and people do notice that you're actually doing some real looking medicine and not just sort of band-aiding the problem. So we'll leave that off there. Tivin, you are trying to find specialty work so that you have sort of like a circle to roll in. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you, oddly enough, you're like really close to where Katha is sitting. Like the guys doing the repair work are also the ones doing like the crafting, you know? Um, so, and also that's where Magnus is sitting while he's crafting his magical item.
Yeah.
So you guys all make it in with the nerds doing all the crafting stuff. Um,
Dr. Stone, this
so
bitch.
yeah, you guys all sit down with sort of the people that are still doing all of this repair work. Katha's got sort of a small crowd of people who are like, I am also hurt.
Well,
I have
she
these,
does have healer's tools, so
I have these weird burns. I have a rash, and not where you expect.
Cool.
Just like sort of a little crowd. And Tibbin sits down with all of the other crafting guys. How do you present this? There's sort of like there's people doing like just fixing nails that they pried out of stuff, like you said. They're like harvesting stuff from barrels that are no longer useful. There are people doing like cold metallurgy, like painstaking just shaping of things so the bands are correct and the nails are straight.
Yeah, I'm probably just having a discussion about efficiency, like you know, draw the nails out a little longer. You can then taper the tips off, and then if you can get hot enough metal, you can make an extra nail out of every 10. Like it's just a logistical, just an ingratiating conversation, and then maybe with a little bit of um, what's the terminology? Like hands-on proof of concept stuff. But
Yeah.
really just showing that, like, oh, you're a nerd. Well, I'm a nerd too. We have similar nerdums. You know what I mean? Like, because that's what society is. Just
Yeah.
ingratiating
You,
yourself through mutual information. But then I can also make a crafting roll and just show, okay, I'm competent. I mean, if I rolled really well, then I'm far more
yeah.
than competent.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a craft check.
And then hopefully, like, if it's like, oh yeah, this guy wants me to do a job, but I'm not qualified. Maybe, if I roll well, maybe I could be.
Now, I will say that's not a failure because you're just doing like grunt work. You're not doing anything extravagant. This is not going to get anyone's attention as far as like officers and stuff, though. Just giving you where your stuff is. That's not a bad check. This is all level 1 stuff. So you're talking about efficiency, and you sit down next to this guy, sort of talking about efficiency, and he's like, "Well, yeah, I'd love to be a bit more efficient, but we're stuck in the fort, we're stuck in the hideaway. The forge is only big enough for one man at a time, and we're doing cold hammering mostly. So I believe you." You sit down, and he passes you some stuff, and you start hammering away with him. He's like, "Another pair of hands is always good when they know what they're doing."
Yeah.
And he goes to shake your hand. He introduces himself as Liam.
Pleasure to make your acquaintance, Liam. I am Tibbin.
You're the first dwarf I've met. That I've heard. I've heard they're all good at this sort of stuff.
I mean,
Yes,
some better than others,
right.
obviously. But
Up front, stereotyping you immediately. No
well,
shame.
you know what? That's kind of what would happen in a world like this. You'd get stereotyped quick.
Yeah, I mean, somebody did say the words, "the most evil bastards on the sea" last night, so they're not exactly subtle people.
well, and they have to. It's. I mean, you could take it as racism or speciesism or whatever you want to call it, but also they have to be really good at sizing allies and enemies up
Enemies up.
really
Yeah.
to make it. Yeah, because as a pirate, are you a cop? Like you're a cop, aren't you? No. Well, I'm just gonna assume you are until you true other. Like, holy, all right.
And the hardest part is Katha and Tiven give off cop energy really hard.
Unfortunately.
So like you guys are like stepping in like, "Hello, I am useful," and everyone's like, "Okay, I mean that's right, you are." That being said, I made Tiven make a second check. Katha, go ahead and roll medicine. Similar difficulty. He's got a level 1 injury. 27.
Jesus.
Okay. You you get this guy's hand settled so bad that like now you've got a small crowd of like 6 people. And the guy who had the needle through his end is like, "Hey, thanks." He goes right back to work.
Oh,
And
I'm gonna. I am
I
going
did
to
look this
also
up. This
check
is
him
how you. Oh yeah. I'll say with a
with that.
27, you are. So I'll say with a 27, that is a very good check for the numbers we're using. I will. So you check that guy and you check all the people around him.
Oh
I'm
yeah, I
actually
do
going
have ward
to.
medic, so
Yeah, so you're sort of just sizing up all these people that have lined up. You don't get the sense that any of the people currently around you are infected, but you do get the sense that, like, sort of the general health is, it could be better. But you
I'm sure.
don't identify anyone who has a parasite.
Or this parasite specifically.
Oh, no, yeah, you find other parasites. There's a guy with, like, a barnacle on the back of his neck, and you tell him about it, and you're like, that's really bad. And he's like, no, no, leave it. It's okay.
No. That's coming off.
No, 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 it's me pet.
Find somewhere else.
You pry it off, absolutely desiccated, rotten skin under there. Barnacles are not good for anything.
No, they're
He's
not.
mad, guys. He's like, you killed him. It's the same guy. He goes back to work. He's sad now. Keithas are holding court, doing medical exams for everyone. Who is actively approaching you?
Yes.
Given you're talking to the sort of metallurgists who are pretty upfront with like unideal conditions, but we're getting done everything we can while we are being held here. Komarov,
Yeah.
how do you want to operate for the next couple of hours? So you have sort of created a lot of visibility for yourself in a different way than than Tivin and Katha. They're trying to be actively useful and sort of lean into the cop energy by being specialists in some kind of form. How does Komarov move in the area for the next probably a work day's amount of hours?
All right. So I thought about this, and this is going to be Komarov's plan to be subtle.
Okay.
He's going to leave this building and just go looking for people who know Danby, and he's gonna ask people, and anyone who lets him talk to him, he's gonna be like, I have to find all the friends of Danby because I have it on good authority that he was bitten by a Trundalo, and he may have spread the curse to others, and they will turn into a weird Trundalo and kill everybody.
Okay.
Okay. I I respect it. So that's absolutely deception.
Yeah.
Do you have any way to? Do you have any deception feats or ways to juice this at all? Because being fully transparent, the downside of what you're doing is a potential panic situation,
Right. But then
and that's
I
fine.
tell him to be quiet about it with
Okay.
intimidate afterwards.
Okay.
Because
Perfect. So that's your secondary check.
spooking Trundalo will cause a stampede, and we don't want
Okay.
that. So
Okay.
we
Okay.
start with this. A
I'm gonna let you
2.
know that's bad. That's
Yeah.
really bad.
Alright, we'll spend the hero point.
Okay.
Mm,
So you get
mm,
8 initially. You're using your session hero point.
mm. Boom.
Okay.
23 is big. So you are walking up to anyone that will allow you to speak to them. Some people are already a little afraid of you. They watched you beat up someone who is very prone to violence and useful at
Mhm.
it. So some people shy away and shoo you away. You walk away immediately from them. And you're
Mhm.
asking about Danby, a man who has recently died in a bizarre way.
Yep.
Kind of horrific,
So
too.
go in a horrific way.
Yep.
Now, so you run into someone, a human man, sort of like in his sort of a middle-aged man, like thinned hair, but like it doesn't look bad, but it's just part of getting older. Sort of thick scruff, and he's standing outside just on the rocks looking into just like you had been last night, just looking at the storm that is just raging a few miles away. Like it looks like it's like the sun is still up on the side where you are, like there's still sunlight within sight just on the ocean, but it's definitely overcast, and like you can see, just for the fact of how far you can see out into the ocean, this like crazy storm that may or may not be approaching the island you're on.
Mhm.
This human man just standing there. You walk up, and how do you present this?
So, do you know any friends of Danby? Is imperative that I talk to them. He was bitten by a trundle, and I fear a curse has spread.
Uh, he he turns around, just having been zoned out, looking into at this weather phenomenon. He
Mhm.
says, "What do you know of Danby? Danby's one of my mates, and he weren't bit by no thing you said. I don't know
Mhm.
what that is. He fucking
Mhm.
exploded.
Mhm.
He's
Well,
already dead. What are you worried about, my mate?"
you see, the thing is he was bitten by a creature and called a trundle, and he may have spread that curse to other people unknowingly. So it's imperative that I find out everyone Danby hung out with. But as sad as it is that he exploded, it's a good thing that the curse didn't spread further.
Um, so this guy uh um says, "Well, how do you spread the trendy curse? Huh?
All
If I'm
right.
sure, can you?" And he gets sort of scared for a second. Like he's like aggressive at first, but then he backs up and he's like, "Does sharing a mug spread the curse?"
Oh no, you shared a mug with him? Oh my gosh. That's how they get their milk to you, dude. You don't drink out the same mug?
Oh fuck. Well, uh, Danby's. He makes a religious symbol in front of him.
Hmm.
Danby's passed on now, but um, me and Danby and Liam and Frida were sort of drinking mates at night. And we
Hmm.
sort, pass the mug around. Oh
Oh
fuck!
my gosh.
Wait,
All right.
how does it happen? Oh, am I
All
gonna
right.
am I gonna explode?
No, no. Luckily, that happened to be a different thing.
That was a different thing than what you're
Uh,
talking about.
yeah, as shocking as it is, the Trundle curse is worse, but
Worse than exploding.
yes, it's horrifically gruesome. But luckily, no one has suffered that fate yet. Um, so I need you. There is this crazy Varst. She's not trustworthy. She's she's got a glint in her eye that says she'll turn you in for a reward at the nearest port. But She knows how to deal with the curse. And secretly, that's why she's on this island, is to prevent a were stampede at Trundalo. So you need to go talk to her. Tell her that you've been drinking out of the same cup as Danby. And she's going to make sure that the curse didn't spread to you.
Okay. So now I'm gonna want that intimidation check to make sure this guy is panicking. So the intimidation. Okay, 20 is solid. I even made, because of the craziness of your checks, I even increased the DC, but you're solid. Um, so so this man, he gave you a few names. He gave you names, but he did not give you his name. He starts looking. He walks up to the first Varst he sees. He's like, could you check me out to make sure I'm not cursed?
Does he literally
she
walk
get-
up to the beast?
Yeah, no, she left. She went outside. He gets knocked out. He's unconscious now. He walks up to the first. He also probably and Komarov, you can tell he can't tell male and female Varst apart.
Right.
He walks up to the beast, and she's like nursing her wounds. She's got like her goons with her. He's like, "Can you make sure I'm not cursed?" She stands up, elbow to the head, lays him out, and leaves him in the dirt.
Yeah, perfect. I'll go and drag him over to Katha.
Yeah, you drag him over to Katha. So you guys spent a few hours.
She's
Tiven
literally
hanging out
like,
with,
"What is this? What? Did you do that?"
the line of
Surprisingly,
people,
no.
the line of people with you were like, "Yeah, he looks like he needs medical attention."
Yeah, her first question is this your doing?
No.
No.
He was bitten by a Trundalo.
She literally looks at you and is like, "Those don't bite." Well, they do, but what does that have to do with anything?
If you just look him over, I'll tell you away from the people.
Oh, she kind of nods. She gets the knowing look. Oh, got it. And yeah, she'll look him over specifically for the Smert'zhuk.
Yeah, so you can do your choice of. You know exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, it's medicine. You
so
know
you
it's
can
medicine.
Use, perception or medicine. And because you know what you're looking for, it's not as hard as it used to be.
Unless it does that.
This guy's injured. This guy's hurt.
God.
This guy got knocked out. This guy's got a concussion.
Oh my God! Really? You've got to be kidding me?
So
thank you, roll 20.
Because this is a hero point and it's 2 in a row. This is gonna be. I'm gonna have to do this. You're sitting here looking at this guy. You can't tell. You can't find anything you're looking for, but his head is swelling up. He's definitely got a concussion. He's already asleep. You look over him one more time, and his head knocks against the side of the table, and he's having a full seizure. This man is dying now. The guy sitting next to Tiven stands up, and he goes, "Is that Sean? Sean!" He goes over, and he's like holding him, and he's like, "What's happening?" This guy is having a seizure. He's dying.
Like, was he bit by a Trundalo?
So this man, who you didn't know his name until Liam stood up and walked over to him and is like, "This is one of me mates, save him!" You know you can't save him. He's having a full grand mal seizure. He's dead. It takes 4 minutes. It takes 4 minutes.
Oh, thank you, roll 20. God.
No.
But he dies. He doesn't explode into insects.
Oh, good.
So he wasn't infected. But
Wow.
now everyone around you is like, now the mood in the room has changed.
Wow. Roll 20. How to absolutely bone someone.
Anybody have silver to put on his eyes? I don't know.
Actually, Tivin, that I like that. Go ahead and give me a religion check to try and convince everyone that this is the right thing to do. This is a real thing.
Come on, roll 20.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
You know what?
Tivin,
I'm gonna hero point this.
you're gonna okay.
God.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on, roll 20.
Limber up. There we go.
God
Oh my
Four.
God.
Hey,
Okay.
it went up. It went up. So calm
Okay.
down.
20's like a 1, 1, 3, and a 4. Why not? God. Oh, that's hilarious.
You say that, and Liam is sort of like, "This is a bit early for that now, isn't it?"
Oh yeah,
Nothing
sorry.
to him. Yeah, basically he just chides you for being insensitive and like, this is one of my friends, and you're already wanting to bury him. Let
No,
me mourn. I don't even know
I'm
your name.
sorry.
All right. Can I give a
Um,
religion check?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Let's see, roll 20. Oh. You're not going to absolutely hose me the whole time?
This one's not bad. You still
To be
get a little
fair,
bit.
it's just the double one. That's what irritates me.
It's bad. It's bad. I do. Agree.
It's
Um,
one. No, I'm determined to give you a one.
so
It's
Sean is
like,
dead now. Sean has a full seizure specifically because of the combined efforts of Komarov and Katha. Sean's dead. He has a seizure. He dies.
I
Katha,
will
what do you
express.
recommend
Oh,
What do you recommend in the burial situation? You know that they're sort of just going to pitch him
well,
into the ocean.
oh, that's acceptable.
Yeah.
A
Well, do
cycle
they
of
do
life
it
continues.
here, or do they put him on a ship and then do it out at sea?
They would prefer to do it like that, but they have not been allowed back onto any of the ships in a while.
So they're just gonna throw him out in the water, and
Question:
Keitha's
when's the last
looking
time
at it,
somebody
going,
died?
"You know what? That's fine, because that's pretty much what Varst would do."
Right.
Yeah.
But so logistically, when's the last time somebody on the island died before? So is this the first death in a while?
Beyond
And
This is
how
the
do
Danby.
first
they
died.
are they gonna stone him, like fill him with stones? Like, I'm just curious, like what their plans are gonna be, because you're not just gonna take a body to the shore and dump it, right? I mean, maybe, but
Maybe they're. I think with that religion check, Katha is aware of like the standard thing, whereas like you give your words and then you put them in the ocean, and then like just nature has its course. But it's not uncommon for like stones or something to be used to be like wrapped in some sort of like linen or burlap and to be weighed down in some way.
yeah, like an anchor or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something expendable. They probably do something like that. There are like because of the walkways built around like the sort of wrecked ships, you can get like a little farther away into the deep ocean, but it's still around the stones and the coral. But that also means that there are plenty of things that will eat a
Eat
body.
the body.
Yeah. So it's not weird for them to wrap them up, just throw them in the ocean with some sort of stone or expendable iron fittings.
Yeah.
But I will say that religion check does sort of get Liam back out from yelling at Tivin into like you're just being respectful and asking about their traditions and stuff. And Liam is like, "No, yeah, you're right. He's gone. We gotta do it right." He's distraught.
I am very sorry for your loss. Liam? Yes. It was tragic that the beast punched him so hard.
Uh, uh, this is not a lie.
It is not.
This is what happened. He's like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. What did he do? You were the dumbest of us all, Sean. The dumbest of us. He's yelling into the sky. Go ahead and make a perception check, Komarov.
Okay.
God, Brian is rolling hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. After rolling the initial low, yeah.
Yeah, Liam is you. You see Liam upset. He's being really big and dramatic. You tell him the beast punched his friend, and then he had a seizure, a concussion, and had a seizure, and then died. Liam is the gears are running. He's gonna get. He's gonna. Have his revenge in some way. He's already planning what to do. You see, this man is. Two of his close friends have died in short succession, and one of them he has no idea about what happened except that he exploded. And this one, he knows what happened, and he's going to have his satisfaction on it. You can see that in his blood. His eyes are like looking around, but he doesn't say anything beyond that. He's sort of getting together. This does have. This will not happen today, but Liam says, "I'm gonna have to get the crew of the squall together so we can put him down.
Yeah.
We can
Very
take him
sad.
out. We'll get all the mates together and we can do it right. You're right." I suppose he knows all your names. Just you have no reason to not have told him your names. All right. So this big dramatic scene happens, and Liam says that tomorrow night he's gonna get the crew of the squall together and put Sean to the sea.
I am very proud of myself. I am just moving this investigation forward.
It did work. It did work.
It was not planned that way, but it did work.
So you guys get back to what you were doing. Kathos still got people. Kathos still got people wanting sort of medical stuff, but it is less.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's not my fault he died.
It's not at all. They don't blame you, but sailors are superstitious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's sort of like a cheese touch thing going on where they're like, "Oh, I mean, the stitches are good, but if you have a concussion, don't go over there."
Yeah.
I hear roll 20 hates that vast.
Yeah, that's just what it is.
If Casey dies, Casey has to make a cleric of fate or something. It's just D20 or roll 20 is the deity.
Yeah, we've already determined that.
Oh,
We
Christ.
just haven't named it.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
That's
So
good.
you do know that the tomorrow night they're gonna prepare the body for their in their standard way with all superstitions represented, and tomorrow night they're going to get the crew of the squall together, put in the sea. So now you know that the crew of the squall. Also, you don't recognize this man. So you guys came here on the squall, but now you have reason to believe that the squall's crew was not the one running the ship when you got to it.
Like it was a lesser crew, or it was just different, like a whole different contingency.
It could have been a few things. You also know, the thing Anthony said earlier, which is right, is like the crews aren't always static, but it does feel like there are standardized crews. Like you know, three
Yeah.
quarters of the time you're on the squall, that means you're part of the squall's crew, even if you like take a stint going somewhere else for whatever need or extra pay or specializations. But this guy was not on the squall when you guys sailed here, so he was either left behind or they had been left behind previously at some point in time.
And by this guy, you mean Liam, right?
Yeah.
Yes, Liam.
Okay.
And so Liam has his. So Liam does not go back to doing
Sean
any
was the one
repair
who died?
work.
Sean.
Sean's dead.
Yeah, okay. All right.
So the information Komarov found out was that Sean, this man who was staring broodingly out at the storm on the ocean, was friends with Liam, Frida, and Danby. They were drinking buddies, and now 2 of those 4 people are dead from different things, but both very dramatically. Komarov knows that Liam is looking for his revenge on the beast. And you guys all know that they're going to gather like the crew, what they deem as the crew of the squall together to put Sean to rest, which you get the impression that they didn't get for Danby, partially because his body was so destroyed by having been erupted out of. So that's sort of your work day. Does anyone want to accomplish anything else, or are we going to skip scenes? And how do you want to handle those moments?
I will just. I feel like I'll talk to Tiven about all this because I feel like Keitha's just going to get mad at me as if somehow any of this is my fault. But yeah, so Komarov will go to Tiven and just be like, okay, so I asked, what his name apparently was Sean. I didn't get that. And found out that Danby, him, Sean, Danby, Liam, and Frida were like best buds. So they would have had the most contact with each other.
Right. And Danby was the one who exploded?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So
we
there's
know
only.
he was 100% affected. We don't know about anybody else.
Yeah. There's
But
only Frida we don't know. Liam seems okay so far.
Yeah.
Because we haven't seen anyone like stealing extra food or anything so far.
You haven't
fuck,
made
I
any
forgot
checks
that was
for
the sin.
Mhm.
Ooh, you guys
Yeah.
haven't been looking for that. Y'all
Nope.
forgot about that part,
Yeah,
huh?
literally, I know that I intended to interact with the chef about that specifically, and God damn it. All right.
Well, you can ask him in the morning when we're getting ready for the funeral.
Yeah.
A
Are we
lot
going
of
to be
people to
invited
feed.
to? Because I mean, we're not part of the crew technically.
But we're best mates.
I mean,
Probably.
I think we should probably maybe
In
try to make
theory,
a roll
I'm
to
the
recreate ourselves.
priest. So.
I mean, we'll ask Liam if we can come. It's very sad.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, we were there for both of them. Totally nonchalant, but
Mhm.
no, valid. Yeah. So we need to get an introduction with Frida because I think, and absolutely, if possible, Keitha hasn't had an opportunity to overlook Liam at all yet, right?
Right.
Right. Okay, so that's a good step forward. So interacting with Frida at some point, and then possibly just double check with Liam to see if there's any, because it's pretty. It's not immediate. Like there's a slight ingestion. No, not ingestion.
Onset.
Gestation period, and then it starts to really show like sunken eyes and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we
Yeah,
know
so
this because we saw it with not
We went
Komarov, the
through
other
it
one.
with Ravenspell.
Karumo.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Fred's
Karumo's sort of, the stages are super hungry and then pale and sweaty, and then he backed out of it, but he remained changed. And that's sort of like what after a certain point your shit is all still different.
Yeah,
But
like your
he got
genetics
better.
are. Yeah, you're changed. Yeah.
Mhm.
But
Alright.
so the stages are super hungry, kind of aggressive, and then influenceable, and then cocoon explosion.
Cool. So now we have 2 avenues forward. We have
Hmm.
Frida and Liam, and then now that I remembered, and Brian helped remember, the cook
Mhm.
asking about rations. So
Mhm.
good information. Good job, Komarov. High five. Psh.
High fist.
We do the Demolition Man, shiny, or what is it? I know they use shiny or something. Would they say something, right? Stay something. I can't remember.
Man, I don't
Oh,
remember.
yeah.
God,
I
it's been
remember they
Be
say it,
well.
but I can't remember.
Be well. That's
Be
it. Be
well,
well.
that's
Dunsparce.
it.
well.
That's
It's
what it
been
is.
16 years since I've watched Demolition Man.
It's been way less, but it's been a while. At least 4 or 5.
I
Yeah.
remember really digging it though. It's wild.
It's a good
It
one.
is an interesting movie.
Yeah, it's weird.
One of the best dystopian you'll ever see.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just remember Taco Bell won the food war. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
Only
this
in
is
the
the
American
franchise
release,
war.
apparently.
Wait,
In
isn't
the
Taco Bell-
Oh yeah,
European,
no, yeah, it's a chain in every different. It's
well,
like
the
in
European is
Captain
Pizza
America,
Hut.
the list is different in other countries. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
thought it was. I thought Taco Bell was the Bruce Willis one.
No, Taco Bell is
No,
No.
it's
the original
they
American
go.
release.
Yeah, they go
Mm.
to Taco Bell in formal gear because that's where Edward something threatens him.
Friendly.
I
Yeah.
can't remember. His Edward. I know his name's Edward something. It's
Friendly.
Dennis Leary's character, but yeah.
Edward Friendly.
Edward Friendly.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
That
that's
is
such a gross
literally his
name. I hate
name,
that.
Edward Friendly.
Yeah. I couldn't remember his last
That's
name.
such a
I just know
gross
he's Dennis
name.
Leary's character, friend
Uh-huh.
Edward something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the Fifth Element. Isn't there a fast food place that is like
McDonald's.
everything is that? Is it McDonald's? Okay.
They
It's
show
McDonald's.
McDonald's in that one, but
Yeah.
I don't think it's everything.
Okay.
It just says
I
billions served.
Mhm.
okay. Okay. It's just an ad. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they do that in Idiocracy too. There's the McDonald's art, and it's like 1 trillion, but the numbers are like falling off the sign.
Yeah.
I do remember for a while people were like, yeah, but we must see the movie with the franchise wars and how Taco Bell won.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
That's the
one.
movie
Really?
we want.
I mean, yeah. No, that.
Because
Yeah, that'd
we're
probably be a
like,
good-
what do you mean Taco Bell won?
I mean,
mean-
Pizza Hut sure isn't winning.
My
Oh, true. But
my image of it is straight up cyberpunk. Like they full have the war is a literal one.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Taco Bell just turns their foes into the meat, so that's how they become
Oh.
sustainable.
Oh, they're spending less money. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's what it is.
All right, guys.
Introducing
let's
the
get
North
back
New
to the-
York
hey,
of-
Come
Yeah, so
on,
we
guys.
now have
Let's get
2,
back.
technically
Back-
3 avenues
back to
to
it. So Tiven and Komarov are reminded that they have an in with the cook, the night cook at least, and
Yeah.
that the
Who's
first
the day cook?
stage, you haven't known it, that the day has passed. You don't know that.
Oh.
I didn't name that guy. But Sander doesn't work 24 hours.
Yeah, no, I figured that.
It's his
Um,
twin brother.
Sander, yeah.
Bander.
Yeah, I think Tibbin would like to ingratiate himself with the cook again and maybe try to get not extra rations, but like snacks for the burial. That makes
Mhm.
sense. Like he wants to see if the cook can do funeral potatoes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you walk up to Sander. Sander comes back in, another
Right.
dude who looks
Sanders.
shockingly like Sander.
Mhm.
They're not related.
Oh,
They look the same. They look the same like when you're going through Dark Souls presets.
Mhm.
You're like, man, it's just it's just off enough that that it's hard to tell at a distance. Oh no, yeah. Tiffany was like, this one is Sander. Yeah, so the night goes by. You guys have this big dramatic thing after regularly ingratiating yourself with the crew. There's a full man has a death. There is a death.
There is a death.
Even yeah, there's a death. You walk up to Sander and he's like, "Hello there, Tibbin. You for your nightly rations." That's still not. I can't hold the New Zealand voice. It's hard.
That's all right.
All right. Yeah. No. Yeah. That you did it better. Yeah, for your rations.
You want to join our group? We got flyers and everything. Yeah. Did you hear about Sean?
Some sort of seizure.
I don't know. Something hit him or bit him or kicked him. I don't remember.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard he had a concussion and he sort of just had a fit and he died.
Yeah, it's terrible. You're not supposed to, fall asleep. Luckily, dwarves are immune to concussions. Our skull's much too thick.
Is that real?
Might as well be.
You do look steady, Are you? Like, I'm not meaning to be rude. Are you soft? Your skin looks a bit rigid. It's stony even.
Yeah, I mean, it's I can't think of the actual word. I'm not super smart, and neither is Tibbin, but it's like it's camouflage. I mean, we're pliable, if that's what you mean. I'm not soft by any measure. I mean, you're welcome to any flexes. It's like you're welcome to sample the goods, but that's not why I'm here. We can talk about that later if you want to. See how hard it. No. Anyways, I was just wondering, not necessarily double rations or anything like that. Just unfortunately, the crew's getting together to set. I want to use the proper terminology, and as Tiven wouldn't know, but he would have picked up terminology to make the quote unquote, "Hey, we're pirates now," as best as possible. But yeah, so
I think they probably just still call it a burial at sea, the ceremony.
Yeah, cast off or whatever.
Yeah.
Just looking for something a little extra / special, and I'd be more than happy to work it out in trade to pay it back. I don't know if the island has any tubers or root vegetables that are common. I imagine on a quote unquote Balsy, onions, leeks, potatoes, things like that are typically good on islands because they are soil rich. I don't know what the standard fare is for. 'Cause I think I asked day one, not day one overall, but day one that we got to the island, if they had any agriculture. And you had commented that maybe, but you didn't really put any thought into it.
Yeah, so they have roots. They have access to roots, but mostly it is fishing. Like so the response you get, "Hey, get away from the cactuses! Get out of there!"
Yelling at your cat. You're yelling at Hannah. Stop!
Don't put that in your mouth.
Wednesday.
No, her cat is obsessed with this cactus, and she stabbed herself in the face twice. I even moved it. She's just so stupid. Okay.
Anyways.
Yeah. So his response to that is like, we normally have sort of, perishables are a little hard. We have some roots that we can make. I don't mind putting my he sort of makes a superstitious sign. He says, "I don't mind putting my personal stake into a tragedy like this. An accident to this level. Everyone really liked Sean. The solid crew, good at cards, drink with the best of them. But mostly it's fish. Mostly it's dry tack. We normally have a bit more in the way of fresher vegetables are hard. If we normally more plentiful, but we've been locked up for a while because of the admiral's. He just told everyone to stay put, so we haven't gotten an influx of anything new. We're sort of coming down on the end of our, not the end of our rations. We're okay, everything's dried, but all of our fresh stuff is use it or you lose it.
No, valid.
So we still have some roots, and we've got fish enough. I'm worried we're gonna have to start going away from the island to do some deeper sea fishing because
Yeah.
I don't know how smart a fish is, but I do know you fish in the same place too much, you're not going to get fish there for very long.
Yeah. Tim was like, I don't know shit about fishing, but all right. Yeah. Yeah. So just I don't know. I don't want to say like whatever is available, and oh my good lord, you said his name and I went
Sean?
Sanders. No.
Oh, the guy you're talking to.
Whatever
Yeah.
they're willing to ply with. Tibbin is willing to help out in any way, shape, or form, whether it's scullerying or cooking or anything of that nature. Like, I imagine it's like I think lore cooking. Like you can basically attempt anything with crafting. I guess the DC is just a lot higher. But I can introduce him to dwarven cuisine, which is very very tuber and root vegetables and things of that nature rich. So like I know stews and stuff, but like
Mhm.
I don't have anything off the top of my head that would prototypically like I don't want to haggis, but there's got to be like something dwarven in my brain that would be like,
Yeah.
you know,
So they do have roots because there are like some caverns on the island and under the fort that you're aware of. And if you wanted to, Sander is like, I think for something, what's the word? A serious matter like this, we'll stick to. I'll do a nice tea and something, tasteful. But if I am very interested in learning about how dwarves feed themselves. We've got roots, minerals, and dried stuff. But if you want to walk me through it, I would love and appreciate the help.
yeah, I can give him like my Nona's very very rudimentary cookbook.
Yeah, yeah. But if you want to, basically with that offer, no check necessary. You've already sort of ingratiated yourself with this man. He'll let you have access to sort of his area as long as you're willing to help.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
And I will pass it along to Magnus or Katha, like, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing until tonight. But
Yeah.
also let them know, Sean and Frida, uh, Liam, wait, Sean died,
Sean-
Liam and
Sean
Frida,
said.
their pals, that we're bringing this as an offering of, mutual kinship. Like,
Yeah.
we're not trying to be your friends, but also like we understand, and we're bringing a gift of sustenance.
Yeah, they're all there.
We're bringing
doing
our
their-
condolences.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're playing caterers to a sad event, which everyone will be in service for.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. So you have access to Sanders. Sander has like this kitchen and like a pantry. It's not big, but it is like the cooking area is not huge and extravagant, and it's sort of just being held together. But the pantry is large enough to feed all of these people. So he's got like, and I kind of, for Tivin's information, the important thing is there are ledgers nearby that Sander and the other cook keep track of. So like it
Yeah,
might be suspicious for you to do that, but you could also try to find an opportunity to look through them now that it's not weird for you to be back here behind the counter.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, so Sander allows you to come back there and you help him whip up some stuff. And the thing he's making is mostly like a root-based tea with some spices in it that he brews in this big pot, like old style, where the herbs are just in the water and then you have to like sift them out. And he's getting that's what he's planning on sort of bringing, so that everyone has like sort of a hard root-based cider for them to all take a shot of when they set Sean to rest. And then along with like a
Vodka.
vaguely better presented rations, but they're still just what everyone's been given. So you are, you have access to that area now. What is Katha and Komarov going to be doing for the day? So Tivin is sort of back with Sander helping out.
Okay. I think Katha might be like,
So you haven't
So
spoken
she
to
would-
Liam or Freedy yet.
Yeah, no, but we just had a death. She's gonna go more
Hmm.
religious leader. And probably be thinking, so we have a feast to honor our dead before we throw the body in. Let me see if I can catch something really big to eat. So she might be trying her hand at fishing.
Oh, alrighty. Do you have any sort of lore, or are you just going to stick to survival?
I'll probably just stick to survival. Because my scribing is my only lore.
Okay,
That's
yeah.
not going to help with fishing.
Yeah, go ahead and make that survival check. You go out and on one of the farther sort of makeshift piers that are sort of between these tall stones and these shipwrecks. The waves are dangerous. There are people that are like tied themselves to the pier with the fishing rods and stuff farther out there. But if you want to catch anything notable, you'll walk out with these guys, and they all just wave. The waves, they wave at you while the waves are loud enough that it's sort of hard to hear. But they also don't make any questions. There's gear just sort of out. These are guys who their shift is fishing to keep everyone alive.
Yeah. You've got to be kidding me. 3 in a row?
Is that?
That's 3 in a row for me.
No, you have the
You got a
16
13
religion.
between. That's rough.
It is 3 out of 4, which is remarkably bad.
Oh, yeah. You're right. 3 out of 4, but
3 out of 4.
that's pretty impressive that it knows how to find the one often.
They thought you are out there on the pier or on this dock where it's sketchy. The waves are big. Some of these men are tied to the pier. A wave comes up. Make a reflex save to grab onto the pier as a wave tries to wash you away.
Well, this is going to be great if Roll20 keeps with
13.
its...
13.
Oh,
It's
it sure
okay.
tried to get me that one.
It's close. It's close. You get hit by one of the waves. You barely grab onto the dock. The water is still like below you, but it's hitting the rocks and it's hitting the wreckage and splashing up so high. You get washed away. You drop the pole into the ocean, and then you hear the commotion of boots stamping on the dock as these like 3 or 4 other dudes who are and I'm not even going to say that you're not tied down, but the thing is you're not in the water, so they can grab onto you yourself instead of having to try and fish you out. So these 4 dudes come over and pull you up, and they're yelling over the waves, and they're like, maybe you shouldn't be fishing.
Maybe Roll20 should stop being a shit.
They're like, let's get you back on solid shore.
God. That's...
Like, I guess she's not a marine lizard.
Yeah.
She isn't.
Yeah, no.
So they lead you back. Unfortunately, you don't find you don't
God.
find a way to sort of add to the ceremony at all. But you're not washed away at sea.
Oh, not through lack of trying. Like I said,
It
if
is-
that die roll was anything accurate, it sure tried to find that one.
And then to Komarov. What is Komarov doing for the day before the ceremony where they lay Sean to rest?
Well, I'm going to try doing something I'm not good at. I'm going to try and be nice. Ugh, disgusting.
Okay.
Alright, so I want to find Liam
Uh,
and um I'm going to use my earth kinesis powers to form a shovel out of stone and hand it to him and say, when the time comes, you can count on me.
what's why did you make a shovel?
To bury the beast.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay. Uh, go ahead and make a diplomacy check.
Yeah. I'm all out.
Okay.
It's not.
Yeah.
Um. So you walk up and you present this, and Liam says, "I don't know what you're talking about," and he walks away from you.
Okay. Well, I tried. It's okay.
Well, that is a lot of ones recently, though.
That's a lot of ones.
It is. I was like, I should have stuck to what I knew, but I want to try. Oh well.
I mean, I'm trying to stick with things I'm good at, and apparently Roll20 is like, no, you're incompetent.
Mhm.
Um.
It's like, what? Oh, you're just
Okay.
incompetent. Okay, I'm incompetent at this. Okay. Thanks, Roll20. That's very random of you.
Mhm.
All right. Moving back to Tivin. So Tivin, you've been helping out in the kitchen. Sanders doing like all of the complicated stuff. You're sort of sharing cultural differences, and he's interested in that. Is there anything you want to do before the sort of sending off is happening? Oh, did Anthony walk away?
Oh yeah, be right back.
Oh shoot. Okay. So Komarov, you fail to ingratiate yourself with Liam. Um,
Mhm.
so the ceremony starts, and the bulk of the crew of the squall have sort of gathered around. They've got Sean's body wrapped in sort of rope and burlap, and they've got stones tied to his feet, and they're just gonna do their best to pitch him off deep into sea. They've
Mhm.
got their sort of largest people, sort of like a larger, like a broad elf, and this sort of human woman who is like also pretty haggard and muscular, holding him, and it looks like they're going to try to just swing him into the deep ocean because they can't spare a like lifeboat, and if they sort of set him on like a makeshift raft, because you're so close to the island, the waves would just wash him back up onto the rocks. So they're just
Mhm.
going to try and throw him into the coral area so that, draw more fish in potentially even as well. Um,
Mhm.
they're just doing the best they can for their situation wherein they can't go and do it properly into the deep ocean. The captain of the squall, Voldemir, and all of the officers there are standing a little farther away from the rest of the crew. But he does give some kind words about Sean. Sort of a human man. He looks the way you expect. No eye patch, but like the three-corner hat, sort of a nicer coat than everyone else. He still has his sword. Um, and he gives a very short speech. He says, "Everyone liked Sean. He was a good mate. He always worked hard. He drank with the best of them, and he always won at cards. That bastard." Um, but apparently we all knew he was a little soft in the head, but I don't think any of us expected it to be quite so dramatic. Um, so here we lay him We give him back to the ocean. He spent his life with us, the meanest bastards on the sea. And we're going to do it right. Give him back to the sea. His life to the sea, death to the sea. And they start swinging him and they pitch him into the ocean. So you guys are standing by with Sander. He's got his sort of like hard tea, and because of Tiven's inn, you guys are helping like pass out the shots. Is there anything anyone wants to do while everyone here is gathered up?
I just want to see if anyone is taking more because they look hungry
Uh-huh.
rather than just comfort.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make me a perception check, unless you have a skill that would otherwise make more sense with your build.
Yeah, that's fine. Oh, look at that. 2. We've gone up.
You've gone up. It's pretty busy here. People are upset. Everyone looks a little like a lot of people are more somber than like really upset. But you see Liam and the woman who had helped pitch him into the ocean. They are sort of the most upset.
Mhm.
So they're standing next to each other. What about Katha?
I think Kaith is actually going to try and use her scent ability to see if she can pick up a scent of a Smert'zhuk
Oh, very interesting.
as they're
forgot you
going
had
through.
that. Yeah. Unless you have a skill you'd rather use, this still is perception.
It's still
but I will make
perception,
it a
but
little easier for this.
yeah. And basically, as everyone cycles through, she'll just kind of give a quick sniff to him. Not an overt, but definitely try and get
Yeah.
a good smell.
Just pretend to cry.
Mhm.
15 is within the number because of scent. I will say you do catch a scent.
No.
Mm-hmm.
And now that Anthony is back, Anthony, while you're setting up with Sander in the kitchen, so they've come out here, they've given a little speech, they've thrown Sean to the sea. Do you want to do anything with your access to the kitchen and the larder?
I do. Yeah, depending on how long I had, if there were what felt like there was a moment where I could have just perused a couple pages. Because worst case scenario, I can feign like I thought it was a potential cookbook. So I think that I'll just maybe just. I mean, I'm gonna attempt to do it nonchalantly, quote unquote, subversively. But yeah,
So your fallback plan is a good one. To go through the ledger and get useful information out of it, it's going to be society. I am going to ask for either a stealth or a deception in addition to that, though. So
Yep.
depending on your society, basically, if you beef up the deception or the stealth, stealth, there's no problem at all. But if you beef the deception, Sandra's going to be just upset at you. But if you still succeed on the society, you still may learn something just at having burned this bridge. Those are the stakes here.
Sure. Okay, so you want 2 rolls?
Yeah, so one of them society to go through and like understand what the ledger is and find things in it. And
Alright.
the other one is to avoid sort of the fallout.
Okay. Well, here's hope. Math.
I think the handwriting is tight.
That's fair.
Now either stealth or deception. Yeah, you find a moment right before the ceremony when Sander is getting everything together, and he says, "Grab those other shot glasses and the sort of nice root-based salad and with the fish bits that we've made for everyone, and follow in behind me." And during that moment, you flip through it, but I think you panic a little bit because the handwriting's really tight and there's lots of numbers. And it's also not just his handwriting, so sorting through it might take a little bit. You might need a little help, or you might need to be a little more upfront with Sander about doing anything like that. So unfortunately, you don't find anything in the ledger, but the ledger does look thorough, so you know there could be something in there, but Tivin doesn't have the skill to do it himself.
No, that's fine.
So after that, the ceremony happens. They throw Sean to the coral. They throw Sean to the waves. Komarov, you clock who Frida likely is. Her and
Mhm.
Liam, sort of this big woman. She looks a little older than everyone else, but she's still very healthy looking. She helped throw Sean as far as they could. Um, she's standing to the side with Liam, and you're sort of locked in with them. You don't get any good information out of this. Katha, you do catch a familiar smell, this sort of deeply acidic smell. And Tivin, you're also here. Do you want to try and sort of do any crowd work to get any good information, or are you going to settle with anything else?
Hmm. I'm rocking a lot of boats. I've failed quite a bit.
We've all failed quite a bit.
I know. Well, some more than others. I'm trying to think. I was gonna make a roll to see if I recognize the large woman as Frida, but it seems like that's pretty much foregone conclusion.
Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Komarov's not really on a fail.
No, I don't. I'm trying to think if there's any way I can improve my relationship with Sander or improve my chance to re-interact with the larder. It's probably safer at this point to kind of just not buck the boat or rock the boat a bit.
Yeah.
And hope that other people have a little because I think I'm fine. I'm gonna help
Mhm.
Sander with the food and stuff, and not tip my hand.
Okay.
But I will, if given 30 seconds, like a couple minutes here and there, describe what I've done and what I'm doing with the larder to Katha, and specifically Magnus, who is our intelligence character,
Yeah.
just because they might be the more number inclined of the group.
Yeah. So you go. You give Magnus sort of
Katha
basically
specifically because she has scribing.
yeah,
Yeah.
locations to find information and how to gain access to those things. So you give him sort of a map of whenever we get Mike back, for Magnus to come in and like do the actual thinking work and going through all of that. Um, and you all go about this sort of pretty short ceremony, but everyone takes their like spicy root-based herbal shots, and everyone's like, it's the type of like hot alcoholic drink. It's mostly just like a spicy tea and then just rum in it. And then everyone eats their rations, which are just a little nicer than normal. K thought you're looking at this sort of. I don't think you were in the scene. I don't remember who interacted. It's the elf that had been feeding the slaves in the pen. She's a crew member of the Squall.
Okay.
And when you pass her, you give her a shot. She thanks you. She walks away, and you get this acidic smell off of her skin. Um, her name was Renee.
Okay. I had that name written down. Yep.
I
Okay.
think it was Magnus that interacted with Renee.
Yep. Okay. Hmm.
Uh, and she sort of like holds the shot glass up to you in thanks, and then goes to mingle with the rest of her crew. She's not an officer, but it does look like she has a little more rank than some other people. She's got more people crowded around her than other people do.
Okay. Yeah. But if she's interacting with the slaves, that makes me really want to get into those slave pens now. And
Yeah,
I think I
after
have an
done,
in for that, but we'll deal with it.
Yeah, they spend some time on the docks, mingling, and then
to-
they all.
Sorry, I was like,
I
you can offer to assess the slaves and
That's what I was planning. Yes.
nice.
But probably
So you
not
guys.
today, but
Yeah, the night passes. They do their ceremony, and everyone heads back into the fort. Um, and the day is wound down. You guys are probably looking to
because I
bed
probably
down.
have to describe her and get back that Magnus is the one saying, "Oh, she was taking care of the slaves."
I do think we did get to a point where I know Mike's not here, and I tend to ignore the characters that aren't here because that makes me feel weird. I don't like to put words in other people's mouths and stuff.
Mhm.
But the intention of you guys ending the last time we played was at breakfast, where you could share the information. We can
Yeah.
treat it as though you had all like given the names and all of that, so you can be aware that this is the woman who
Okay.
you properly got the description and the name. Um, so you guys head back in for the night, and you guys can talk amongst yourselves. You think so is Katha's plan to present herself as medical staff for the slaves?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I think she's done enough that she's proven herself capable of medicine. Even though Roll20 likes to say, "You're incompetent and bad at that." No,
Yeah.
I'm not. Stop acting like it.
Absolutely. You've made your medical skills known. You've treated a few people, and most of it's all like pretty mundane stuff. There are people with conditions that there are people that definitely have like diseases, but none of them are like pressingly deadly.
Yeah.
But that is how you presented yourself, so that's a good in for that. You are right. Komarov, you failed to ingrace yourself with Liam. Does anyone not go to bed for the night for any reason?
No,
Definitely
I'm
bed.
pretty good.
Yeah, we probably, at least Kathan would want to continue doing a watch.
Yeah, we'll do watches, but there's no reason not to go to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys do your watches. Everyone go and make me a perception check during your watches.
All right, roll 20. You jerk. Komarov, during your watch, you do see somebody come out of the larder. Small sized.
Hmm.
But you lose track of them sort of in the shadows. So you're watching from like sort of like across the room. You're doing your watch on the outside of the door that you guys are like camped in on, just like the other nights. And you see someone come from the larder, having avoided notice of Sander, who is sort of posted up.
Okay.
So small sized figure.
Hmm.
But nobody else notices anything. The morning comes about. Um, the morning comes about, and the morning is as the morning comes about. There is sort of a ringing bell sound that gets everyone out, and out of the main doors that do lead out onto like the island itself, not into like the docks or like the cobbled together scaffolding around the broken ships that they have that are again really dangerous to walk on, but they do need that space. Um, the woman who had been standing with Admiral Dodge, she's got like a trident, human woman, sort of like she could be in her 40s, wearing like better stuff. She's got a weapon, so obviously some sort of officer. This is the first time you guys have heard her speak. She has she has Liam and Frida tied up in front of her. And she says, "Good morning, everyone. There's been a lot of excitement lately, and I just need everyone to know that as much as it pains me to say it, with all the losses of crew we've had in the last little while, there's going to be 2 more. We found these 2 in the middle of the night, standing over red-handed the corpse of everyone's favorite mean son of a bitch, the Beast. And I will not tolerate, in the fort that I am in charge of at the moment, any more violence against each other. I know we are all stressed out, but there is a reason, and you will trust in your admiral. And the consequences for insubordination and self-sabotage as cooperating crews under the same flag is to be removed from the crew. And we all know what it means to no longer be part of the Iron Prow. Everyone is quiet. She draws her trident. She holds it up. It looks like, as she presents the trident, that the wind blows around her, and she pushes it through one of their, like, from the neck, like forked down, just executes both of them, and then kicks them just into the shallows. No ceremony for these guys. And she says, "If anyone has any problems with any other members of the crew, you talk to your officers, you bring it to me, or you keep your goddamn mouths shut. Now back to your duties." And she dismisses everyone, storms into the fort. She goes into a door that she seems to have a key for, slams it behind her. So now the Beast is dead, now Liam is dead, now Frida is dead.
This is not going the way we
the
wanted.
half of all of the people that had names are now dead.
Well, I mean, if we tell civilized society that we took down the Iron Prow from within, they'll probably give us that money, So
I mean,
it's all working out so far. And look, they didn't explode into bugs.
they did not.
Fewer suspects.
Well, yeah, I think
What-
after this, Keith is probably going to approach Renee and bring up, "Hey, I'd like to check on the slaves because they also need to have medical attention." Would she mind overly much me going in with her when she brings them their morning meal?
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check for me. And is anyone else going to be involved in this interaction? Any help? Anything?
Well, Roll20 does make it difficult to trust. Oh yeah, I can help.
Yeah.
But
Piven has an avenue, but it kind of wants to involve Magnus with it, and unfortunately, Mike's not here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will go help.
I will. This is not a bad plan, and the dice have been really bad. I will give you guys access to Mike's hero point, but consequences of, but it might be steep, is all I mean.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like free reroll to be discussed amongst the table, which is Magnus interjecting himself into a situation to help.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna re-roll that because I didn't critically fail, but if I fail,
No, this is normal fail. But Komarov wants to say something.
Yeah, like Trying to think of the best way. Uh, like, I think I'll go back to the old things that worked with non-humans on Varst and be like, Renee, you don't think that Keitha's going to eat them, do you? Like, really? That's just a superstition held by the bean eaters up north.
I forgot about the bean thing. So
Here we go.
I will say, I didn't. Okay, so this is a critical path to help. Her, she's not the same level that you guys are. K-pop, this pushes it to a success. That's a plus 2. So you accuse her of racial discrimination, and she backpedals from a very normal dismissal, like I don't know who you are, and you're like, what are you, racist? And she's like, I'm not racist. Yeah, of course they need medical attention, probably.
Alex, she's also like,
Yeah.
also they're slaves. Who cares? Like, fine, eat them. Shit.
No, yeah, you walk out. She's like, yes, of course. I will be in the room with you. I'll be giving them their daily rations, and you can give them all once over.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you have access to the slave pens, which is a gruesome sight. There are like there are like 30 people in this sort of room that is approximately the same size as the room you guys sleep in, with more like 12 people in it, 4 of which being your whole party. Go ahead and make me a society check, just sort of while you're coming into the room.
Oh, joy. Sure.
A lot of these people are.
Oh, wow.
You're standing on the outside of the door, just sort of like having attached yourself to this conversation. A lot of these people that are chained up do look as though they were sailors at some point in time. You see a lot of like tattoos and like physical markings indicative of someone that has at least been on the sea. But you see a strong handful of sailors, some sort of older people that might have like a valuable skill or have just been unlucky, and a very small, like 5 or 6 actual children, one of which looks like a giant that is a toddler, and it is about the size of Komarov himself. So there is one very big baby in its own little pen that seems just far too small. These people are fatigued, they're drained, they're defeated. But Komarov, you see that a lot of them have sort of the look of sailors as well. Probably people whose ships were sunk.
Okay.
So you come in, and she is very callously sort of handing them all like this little crust of bread and like a glass of water. The room reeks. They're all chained sort of to each other and nails on the wall. Not a singular chain, but all the chains are sort of linked to a singular chain, if that makes sense, like daisy chained.
Yeah, like in Robin Hood.
Yeah, like in Robin Hood. So you come in, and are you looking for anything specific, or are you legitimately just going to be helping them medically?
I mean, I am trying to see if any of them are infected with the Smert'zhuks, but I am also actively trying to help them medically.
Go ahead and make me both a perception check and then just a general medicine check for everyone. Over the course, and then medicine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good.
A lot of these people are pretty sick. They're all malnourished.
Yeah, well.
There's a moment where you are coming up, sort of a healthier looking man, like physically, like he's broader, looks like at one point in time he was like had a better build than a lot of these other people. There's a look to him, pale, like clammy, smells acidic. He makes eye contact with you, and I think you see sort of a different kind of cry for help and sympathy, because as he notices, you notice him. And you can have a very short interaction with him while Renee is sort of doing other things and giving other people's things. If you want to talk to this man.
Oh, okay. But I recognize
Like
the smell.
yeah, this man, you find one slave who is absolutely infected, and he sort of gives you the eyes of like, do you know what's wrong with me? Because it seems like he knows what's wrong with him.
Okay.
Like it's a knowing look.
Yeah. Keith is probably like, I know what's wrong with you. And it's possible to overcome, but highly unlikely, even with medical attention.
Yeah, he's sort of rested in like a sitting position, like his leg, like one of his feet chained to everyone else's. And you're coming and you whisper to him as you're examining him, and he says, "I'm not going to make it." You,
Keith is like, you're probably right.
he says,
Because I can't do
um,
anything to help you.
he says they made me swallow something,
Who did?
something that was alive. He was small. He was like the halfling man.
Small?
He came in here middle of the night, while the only other person that comes in is and he gestures to the elf who is handing out these rations callously. He
Yeah.
says he came in the middle of the night, woke me up, and with something in my mouth, holding my mouth shut, and now I'm dying.
How long ago?
5 days, maybe 4. So basically, the day before you guys showed up.
Yeah.
Says it crawled its way, and he's obviously he's like on the verge of tears, and he's like, I did nothing wrong.
And I am ashamed to say the only thing I can give you would be a quick death, but it won't help.
There's sort of like this. Renee is starting to get back to where you are, and he says, uh, basically, he says, if that is what is right. And then she comes over. Any other interaction with this man is going to be, you're going to need some sort of checks and stuff, but you have identified a second person who is infected, who has the parasite. Renee looks like she moves like she's healthy, even though she smells like she's infected. This man looks like he's still in the thick of it, and he probably doesn't have very long.
Yeah. Alright, so unfortunately, I know we were told to talk to someone. Rafa, that's who we were told to talk to. So once I get done with that, I'm gonna take Renee and tell her I need to check you too, because some of them had actual infectious diseases, and I need to check and make sure you don't have it.
Go ahead and make me a diplomacy check. She says, I have very minimal contact with everyone there. I will talk to my captain, and we will see what he says about it. We have other doctors, and that I am more familiar with. I'm happy that you say. All right, I'm happy that you have a valuable skill to offer, but I am not in need of it. Make me a perception check.
Wow.
Yeah, she seems just sort of. She seems like she's been put off from sort of all of your interactions. Uh, she's sort of like you guilt tripped me into letting you come in and do this, so she's done with this moment. She's fed everyone. You've done your examination, and she sort of storms away.
Okay.
Pointedly walks away, not like throwing a fit, you know.
Yeah. Turns on her heels and lets me know we're done.
Yeah.
But I am gonna go see if I can find Rafa.
Uh-huh.
Since I get. That's who I'm remembering.
Yeah, Rafa is the second mate
First
on the
mate,
squall.
I thought.
First mate, I'm sorry. There's no second mate. Second in command is what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, second in
no,
command,
I've got
but still first
second in
mate.
command, first mate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see if I can find Rafa.
Yeah, you head to where the squall is docked, which is where the officers are staying. There's sort of people posted out front to make sure people aren't like getting in and on the ships. But you ask for Rafa and they will come in. What is Tivin and Komarov doing? Katha, or do you just go with Katha rather?
I want to tell Tiven about the small figure I saw last night.
Mhm.
And be like, I just feel like that's our suspicious person. Because everybody else has been kind of open about getting food, but
Yeah. Maybe then, if Komarov gives him that information, like I want to include Magnus because it increases our chances of success. Because Tiven's terrible at everything he'd have to be rolling. But knowing what he was looking at and interacting with yesterday with the food, and then having another chance to look at the book and also see the larder itself, maybe he can correlate like, oh hey, actually we're not as well off because somebody, some people have been stealing food sources.
Maybe it's time to do an inventory.
Yeah, and I think I don't know. I think he has enough of a rapport with what's his Sanders that
Sander. Yeah.
maybe I call him Colonel Sanders in my head, so I'll put an S on there unfortunately every time. It helps me
Someone that
remember
named
his
him
name
and I
because
do that.
he's cook. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Anyways, being a little. Does Sander know about the infection, or is that something that's not? I don't remember if I asked if that was public
You were
knowledge.
encouraged to tell nobody.
Correct. Okay. But having somebody sneak food, maybe I just say something like something more believable, like mice and things, small vermin tend to um, the longer stores are in, they tend to words are hard today. They tend to mess with it, and so maybe just doing a casual inventory is not a terrible idea.
Mm.
And just let them know, like, hey, like, and I'll be honest, like this way, it's not deception, but and also I did okay in disguising my attempt. Be like,
Yeah.
I was looking through a book. I thought it was a cookbook because I was looking for particular things about the dishes we were cooking. I didn't understand anything, and again, this is not false, so I don't have to make any deception rolls. I didn't
Yeah.
understand anything, but it didn't look like some of the numbers correlated with what my eyes were telling me as far as what was in the stores. So, none of my business, but I just thought maybe, and again, just maybe trying to ingratiate myself a little, because honestly, Tiffin doesn't have a lot of avenues, and this seems like the best option.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So you and Sander have been. He's definitely the person you've been like hanging out with. Everyone else that you like have been hanging out with is now dead. So
oh yeah, shit.
so you've been hanging out with Sander a lot. You've had a lot of like night conversations. You helped him out in the kitchen. Um, so any so it'll be easier to talk to him than other people. Um, so Tivin's heading off to talk to Sander about doing an audit of like sort of their information versus the actual inventory. Is Komarov going to be doing anything, or are you just going to hang with Tivin?
I think maybe I'll see if I can get lucky with some tracks, because I don't know how many small people are on the island. I feel
It
like
is,
most of them have been tall folk.
yeah. So there are more. I think the amount of orcs around is certainly the least. Most people are elves, then humans, then Varst. Or no, I'm sorry. Most people are brawl, then humans, then elves, then Varst. But there are halflings here.
Mm.
So they're sort of like the least, but it's still like a strong handful. Like you've probably seen 12 rolling around out of the like 150 people that are rolling around here. So it's a low number, but it is not like, oh, there's only the one. But yeah, if you want to start investigating that, that is what we will set you on. So Kay thought you are going to talk to Rafa. Rafa, you are allowed on the ship after they sort of send your message. They give your description and they say that you want to go talk to Rafa. Rafa allows you on the ship. He is in. He leads you into the captain's quarters with Voldemort, this human man who gave the speech, the very short, curt speech at the service the other day. And it seems like that he does know. So he leads you in with them. Um, so have you found anything out? We've been waiting for some kind of report.
Speculation mostly,
Okay.
but one of the
Since
slaves
you have gotten
seems to
here, so
be,
many people have died.
and interestingly enough, they were all suspected of having a parasite, which turned out to be untrue.
Lucky us, but the paranoia and unrest is sort of speeds up, you know.
Yes, but I do have some information that, like I said, I'm not confirming it yet.
Okay.
Well, no, I have one confirmation. But one of your slaves is definitely infected. And according to his story, it was a halfling that snuck in after hours and forced something into his mouth. Which I do know that is how they work, that they infect others.
They're going through the mouth?
Yes.
Gross. Okay, okay. How did you, no judgment, we asked you during doing your investigation. How'd you get access to the slaves?
Reneg allowed me in to give them medical attention.
Well, fair enough. I did see you, sort of doing stitches and looking at rashes the other day. Um, so many rashes, crazy. Okay. Do you know, is there a way to get rid of it, or do we throw them into the ocean?
You throw them into the ocean, we'll have a bug in the water.
Well, the bug that's currently into the water doesn't seem to be very violent anymore. Maybe they are, maybe the water is
That
bad for
one's
them.
chained
Confuse
up.
them. You're not fair. We've not seen it swim. The water's not that deep. Okay. So, um, how you've been pretty upfront about what the infection looks like with these guys.
Oh, yeah. As much as I can
Okay.
be.
Okay. Cool. So I'm just gonna fill in that he knows what it looks like then. So he's like, if we kill him, we get more bugs. If we let him get sick, we get big bug. Is that correct?
Yes. Also, Renee may be infected. But she
Do
won't
you
let me
think?
examine her, so I can't confirm it.
Yeah. That makes sense. Renee's sort of she's got an edge to her. Very good sailor, dangerous woman.
Sure.
Um,
More so now, I assure you.
yeah. Very unfortunate to
And
lose a
you
sailor
have a
like that.
halfling that's apparently probably infected, but is definitely the, shall we say, scout.
So, so Admiral Dodge's big paranoia was right. It is a full attack. They want to undo us.
I don't know if they want to undo you so much as they just want to survive. Because they've been pretty hostile to everyone so far. You just happen to have an infection localized.
Of course. Of course. Okay. Well, how much time do you think we have before Renee and the slave pops?
Well, the slave could go any day. That's the problem. He's at the end of the infection.
Is at the end?
He is. So if he doesn't pop soon, it's because they don't want him to. Renee, I couldn't tell you. The halfling, probably near the end of the infection, unless they're delaying it. But without some way to directly communicate with the bugs, I don't know.
Do you think they can communicate?
We know they can.
But no, I mean, do you think you can communicate with them?
I can't, no. I have no way to hear
What about
them.
your what about your wizard man? You think he could do it?
I don't honestly know, one way or another. That would be something I could ask, or we could ask. But I don't know. Magically speaking, I know I cannot.
Okay, do you have suggestions on what to do with the prisoner? Because my thoughts is uh, get the people that know, which is me, Voldemort, Dodge, um, Kanan, and then your crew. It's just and
Kanan
then
is
your
the woman?
yes, Kanan is the admiral's first mate on the Herald.
Is she a priestess?
She's I wouldn't call her a priestess so much as I would call her an advocate of the sea. If she has a deity, we don't. She's scary. I don't ask questions of her. But she has some kinds of magic. Yeah.
Okay.
I've seen her. I've seen her save men from drowning in the middle of a ship battle, bring them up to sea. I've seen her shove people down into the water. I've seen her dive into the water and come back up with a very large fish that looked dangerous to me, but she doesn't seem to be bothered by the water.
Hmm. Interesting.
But she knows, the Admiral knows, we know on the squall. Um, so my thoughts is we could all sort of get the man, or do you describe the slave to him? The
Yeah.
human man. He says we get him on the squall in a cage maybe, and just sort of let it go through. Is that, what else do we do, eh?
That's probably all we can do. I've already told him he's gonna die.
And if he dies, all the other slaves are either eaten or also infected, eh?
If he dies with them, inside with them, then probably.
Okay, we need to do this. We need to do this fast, but I don't want to cause any sort of panic. You've got that crazy little guy with you. Do you think you could get everyone to look another way so we can go in and take one slave out?
Can I? I'll ask Tiven. He doesn't get along so well with me.
Wait, is the dwarf the crazy one?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now I understand what you're saying. Yeah. He says that's all I can think of because if he's gonna go any moment, it's like the middle of the day. We gotta get him out of there fast. Everyone's sort of milling around, and we still don't want the rest of the crews to know that is what's happening, if we can help it. The worst thing you ever want is a big panic in a small area with people that are all very known to fight.
Very well. I'll do what I can.
Thank you. We'll be on standby. We'll go in. We'll talk to Billuby about getting some lunch or something.
All right.
Um,
How
Tiven,
long?
so you're
How long till they want to move him?
just as fast as you can get something figured out to get everyone to not be looking, or another way to get him out.
Okay. So I guess
Right.
Keith
So
is
there's-
gonna come looking for Komarov and Tiven.
So I think this is. I think I want to take a 15. My headphones are dying, but they charge
Okay.
fast. This is a good time to do a 15 bathroom
Yep.
break. We'll come back and we'll start with Tiven talking to. Last thing. Sandra is the night cook. It's the middle of the day, so Tiven can wait to talk to this guy, or you can try to wake Sandra up. Either way. But we'll take our 15 or 10-15 now. Oh.
All right. And welcome back. We are continuing with Majia. And people are about to set some plans in motion.
Right. So Keitha is heading to Komarov at the behest of Rafa to try and create some sort of distraction so that they can remove the sixth slave without anyone getting sort of wind that anything bad could be happening. Worried about sort of a panic in a small area, Tiven is gathering Magnus to go talk to the cooks about doing a full inventory, and seeing if they can track down the halfling that Komarov suspects is stealing food because of the infection that they go through, having to eat ravenously. All right. Is Anthony still here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So you get Magnus together with the and you wake Sander up, as he's normally the night guy. He comes over, talks to the other cook, whose name is Billuby. They look remarkably similar, but they are not related. They don't share last names. And how does this scene go? So right now, Keitha is on the ship, and Komarov is sort of just scrumbling around like a weird little guy.
Trying to think. Yeah, I do. I don't want to single out. I don't want to incite a riot because okay, that you know what I do. I want a measure of honesty, so I'm going to say, hey, come to my attention that somebody saw a smallish individual leave the larder in the middle of the night after was it after or before, it was they left the night before the two were caught and killed the next morning, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just want to make sure that the time frame that I'm selling is adequate or accurate. and subsequently, I did peruse some of the I don't know if he'd call them books, but manuscripts, books, whatever you want to call it. And while I truthfully didn't understand most of what I was looking at or reading before I realized my
Error?
error. Thank you. But when I did, of course, I immediately stopped. But it seemed like there was incongruencies with what what I noticed versus what I actually interacted and saw while we were preparing a meal or snack or whatever the terminology would be for the wake. And I believe it would be prudent because we don't know how long the standby is going to be enacted to do a inventory just to get a more accurate account of what is currently available within the larder. And because we did talk about the fresh stuff being, whatever, there is a potential issue if something is fresh and then you leave it too long and you don't make any effort to identify it, it could become molded or worse, and that could also infect nearby food. Even that's technically shelf stable could be potentially susceptible. So in the lawful good way that Tiven can project, I think this is a good idea. Um, you know, to do this. And I'm sorry, but with everything that's going on, I feel it's just prudent.
So Sander is you tell him you flip through the books, and Sander's like, that's kind of fucked up. He's like, but honest mistakes. And Magnus sort of is he's behind you, and he says, and I am formally trained in academic studies, and I can go through and make sure the books are done to any sort of specifications. Feel free to go through them with me, but if there are any flaws in it, we'll be able to sort it out together. Go ahead and make a diplomacy check. Magnus will give you aid in that. I'll just say it's automatic +1. The check is low. Sander is on your side, but you guys argument super well presented. 14's good. So you get a 15. Sander is like, thanks for owning up to it. You said you saw somebody sneaking in the middle of the night and then stealing food.
I don't know if they
turns.
stole anything, but I certainly saw, or I was privy to information that somebody of good character saw somebody leave the larder in the middle of the night.
Bilby's like, you're losing a step, old man. He's like, fuck you. Let's go through the books and see the ladder. All right. So the four of you guys head into the larder with sort of like like the books and then like a notepad and like some extra ink in like a charcoal pencil sort of thing. He's like, let's get an inventory done. We all hate this. It's not the end of the month. We got another couple of weeks before we normally do this, but let's get it in, and we'll see if we can find any sign of anybody, any real thefts. See if anything's spilled. See if anything's spoiled. Tiven, thank you for bringing all this to my attention. And I'll just have a bad day. It's my fault. So I'll take the fatigue as punishment. Also, if anything's super fucked up, maybe we can just sort of keep it between us, huh? And we can take care of it.
I mean, discretion's better part of valor. We have your back. Don't worry.
There we are. Thank you. And you guys head into the larger. Again, it's large enough to hold a few people, large enough to house enough food, but it is sort of mostly just these dry goods, and you guys can now you have free access to the books, and you can actually search through this room freely. So Tiven, Magnus, the two cooks head into there. Katha has her conversation with Rafa and the captain of the Squall, Voldemort. And Komarov is scrambling around like a weird little guy. What are you looking for?
So I want to try and find any tracks
Mhm.
of a small person
Yep.
that go off of a weird path.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead and make this feels like survival to me. So you
Mhm,
know what you're looking for, and you know the timeline you're looking for. This is a very heavily trafficked area. I know you're specifically looking for like things off the path, but in
mhm.
order to find the sign, like just know the number's going to be a little higher than normal.
Yeah.
So I think you find evidence of like bare feet, which is normally a halfling thing, but they're really mixed in with a lot of other things. But you
Mhm,
do see signs of bare feet outside where there is actually like dirt and land. But
mhm,
you don't find where you don't definitively find where it goes, but there is sign of it there being like somewhere outside of the fort itself. Uh, where small figures and barefoot figures will go.
Okay.
So you're looking around out there for a few minutes. Kathok comes back into the fort off of the dock from the squall, um, and you are looking to sort of find a way to get the slave out of that room with as little attention as possible to avoid a panic situation. And you are going to look for the help of Komarov.
Pretty much. So I'm looking for Komarov, effectively.
I think you can find Komarov. Not very many orcs rolling around. Um,
Mhm.
he's not
Yeah,
the
where's the orc
subtlest
with the
person.
metal arms?
Yeah, you immediately find him. They're like, you get someone like, looked like he was sniffing the floor over there, just sort of way down in there. He's wiggling his fingers and the dirt's speaking to him like a witch.
Mhm.
And then people make superstitious signals. They're like, don't say that.
They're not witches.
Um,
They believe in the elements. They
right.
they can hear the elements speak to them. They're actually very dangerous.
I'll believe that. We saw the fight. Uh, they meander away. You and Komarov meet up. Um, you fill him in on what Rafa and Voldemort want. What is your plan?
Oh, you want a distraction,
Want? No, we
but
need a distraction.
all right.
And we
But
need to get
you,
them out of the kitchen, the mess hall area. And the problem is we need to get everyone out of the mess hall area.
hmm,
So I don't
You don't
think
necessarily. I'm
we
just going to
need to
present
make
this.
sure their eyes are
People
on
need to
us.
not see him be removed. Yeah.
hmm, let's. Hmm, well, I suppose I can try something. Uh, maybe friendly will do it. I will need a barrel of alcohol and cups.
And cups? Well,
Cups, yes.
Uh, I don't remember if you guys remember this. I think Magnus has a wand that makes frogs.
Hmm.
Oh, you guys might not be able to cast that spell though.
I don't know that.
Probably not. Um, just think it's a really funny thing for a distraction.
it would
It
be
would have
if
been.
either
Yeah.
of us could have used it.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah.
So, my plan, Justin,
Uh-huh.
is if I'm allowed to have it, I'm going to use my kinesis to freeze and then shave the alcohol. So I'm luring them outside under the, warm outside air
Yeah, I was gonna
with
say
a
it's not exactly
frozen,
sunny.
yeah,
He's making snow
with a,
cones.
yeah,
Yeah.
Alcoholic
uh,
snow cones.
yeah, rum cones, something
Yep.
like that.
Rum cones. Yeah. To get those, now you do more or less have access to. You do have like the backing of like the captains and stuff. All right. See
See
you.
you,
See you,
Tony.
Anthony.
Thank you.
Yeah, later.
Right.
Um, Yeah,
And
so
yeah,
they'll give you access to a small barrel of rum, absolutely. Like if you go and you tell so Rafa and Voldemort are like alone on the ship for the most part, and they're setting up like a cage to put this man in.
mhm. Oh, I like that plan. That worked well for me.
Yeah, no, it's eerily similar. They're like, we don't know another way to do it because you say we kill him, he makes bugs. We leave him alive, he becomes a very large, dangerous bug. So we put
Mhm,
him in the cage in the hold. Yeah.
mhm,
And they give you one of their good barrels of rum. It's not like a whole barrel. It's like a little small sized thing.
Yeah.
mhm,
So
But
probably a
Voldemort is
half
like,
keg.
yeah, half keg. Voldemort is like, this one's one of mine. Um, better work. And
We'll
also
save
better
one
not
for you,
die.
Captain.
Thank you. That's all I ask. And they get back to setting up the cage. So you are given access to like some nice rum, like actual spiced rum, and not the watered down swill you guys have been getting for 3 days.
mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys go out and you're trying to create this this shaved ice party distraction.
Yep.
Um, I'll say you're definitely within your as a kineticist, you can definitely freeze and shave the ice, but it's getting everyone outside that is going to be the trick.
Mhm.
How is Kathog going to operate to aid in this endeavor?
Katha's gonna be like getting the first one and then standing at like the doorway and just kind of slowly eating it and licking it and just making
Uh,
every sound she can think of that says, "This is delicious,"
okay,
and
all right, yeah,
so
that's good.
satisfying on a day like today, but not
Okay, so we're
actually
going, we're going,
saying anything.
yeah, hype propaganda, like
Yeah.
Mhm.
absolutely. Okay, so
And she'll just point when people
yeah,
ask where. She just points outside. So,
all right,
but again, she
so
doesn't say anything.
yeah, absolutely. Um, so what check does that feel like? Just to aid Komarov, and then for Komarov,
Um,
because you're using your kinesis, I'll let you use nature
Sure.
if that's a skill you are comfortable with.
Jesus, it's
Yeah.
still diplomacy at best.
So this is just a check to
Diplomacy
aid,
or
though.
performance?
Performance probably works the best. So if the numbers are the same, you might as well
Yeah,
go for
no,
it.
the number's not the same. I'm better off with diplomacy.
Oh, okay.
Slightly. She's trained in diplomacy, she's not trained in performance.
Yeah.
But if you say performance and give me a lower number, I'll use performance even with the worst check.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's definitely more what you're doing here.
It
So I
is.
think it is adjusted.
Okay. So
Mhm.
So no aid, but you also didn't fail. Or you normal failed, but that's not going to compromise anything.
Yeah.
Mhm. Right. Oh, here we go.
20 is solid. So you freeze this barrel and you're like using like what kind of tool are you using to shave it?
Just my hands. They're
Just your
metal, so
just
I'm
your
just
metal
like
hands.
crunch it together.
Okay. So yeah, you freeze this whole barrel of spiced rum and you're just using the fingers to scoop out little like fist-sized balls of shaved ice. And Kathal walks in with like a mug full of it, just muzzle in, making nice sounds, and everyone's like, "Where'd you get that? What is that? That, that ice?" You point outside, and Komarov, you hand the next guy a thing, and they start to be like, "This is great!" Like just yelling. I've never had something like this. Who would have ever thought of something like this? It's an impossibility. Because they don't have fridges or freezers.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
a great idea.
I think this is probably a more normal thing for the orcs because it only takes like someone with water kinesis.
Well, you do have to have the
The flavor.
extended kinesis feet
Yeah,
to
yeah.
freeze stuff, but yeah, so it takes some
But
training.
for the gatherings, though,
Yeah.
There's
for
always
the
a couple people that have it.
no,
Mhm.
yeah, definitely for the festivals, everyone finds that one guy and be like, you get the fire guy to get the fire guys together to do some like stuff, and you get the ice guys together to do some food, and they work together. Um, so I think Komarov is working off of maybe like a legend, like during the old festivals, they used to have frozen cream.
That'd be like, well, traditionally there'd be several orcs punching the solid drink, and then from the shavings of the punching you get. But
Yeah.
this is the best I could do.
Yeah, so you guys do successfully get everyone out onto the docks, just sort of having like a the closest approximation to an ice cream party. These very dangerous, very mean pirates sort of hanging out, and you guys hold everyone up. Go ahead and make a perception check, both of you.
Well, that's finally a good roll again.
Hmm.
You do locate, you do see that Renee is out here. But the thing you notice about that, so she's out here with everyone else. She's gotten one like everyone else, but she is like watching you guys pretty pointedly, like trying to hide it by being part of the crowd. But you get
Hmm.
the idea that she's suspicious that you guys, there's a look where you're like, oh, this might pop off in a way, but she's not making any moves.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So if there's any kind of conspiracy or communication happening, she is now like in at least under the impression that you're watching her.
Hmm.
So she's made an appearance and is
Mm-hmm.
sort of like, I'm watching you, you're watching me, and now we need to figure out how this is going to go down. Um, and while you guys are out here holding your little ice cream party, uh, Rafa and Voldemort, um, to the best of your knowledge, are going to try and get the slave out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And do we want to call it here since Anthony and Mike are both out?
One thing I wanted,
Now, of course. No, if you have
Katha
something you want to do,
literally wants to walk up during this ice cream party to Renee, sit down on the dock next to her,
Mhm.
and be like, "The orcs are devious little bastards. We fought a
oh, do you
war
want to
with
try
them.
and smooth things over?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. So you sit down on the dock with her with the shaved rum ice, and she doesn't sit down, but she stays nearby and she listens to you speak.
But yeah, Keith
You
is
say
going to
you're
go
at
into
war
the
with the orcs?
whole war that led to the foundation of Zongkoltek
Mhm.
and how she knows Komarov had something to do with her reputation getting smeared a little bit in Minralthen from his whole Varst eat people thing.
Uh, yeah. Um, she's sort of
And
like,
but she also goes into, but they have amazing festivals and amazing things that they actually do.
so you travel with this orc there with the strange arms, and you join up with the Iron Prow together, even though he has been really. That's the things you say he did are pretty awful.
He has my back, believe it or not. And I think that's what it means to be a crew. You have each other's backs. And really, I just want to make sure that anyone I'm serving with knows I've got their back.
Anyone you are serving with, you are. I've been around enough, Vars. You're a woman of morals and integrity, and you believe in the camaraderie of furthering each other's lives and survival. Is that correct?
Yeah, all of us believe that, but yes. We live in an inhospitable continent. It's difficult to
What
even
kind of
travel into the interior.
you are raised to have each other's backs?
We're raised to seek glory, truly. Because I have not earned a last name, though both of my parents have theirs.
I did not even know my parents. I've been at sea my entire life. And so maybe it is not so different. You always try to make a name for yourself on the ship. That is how you have any amount of sort of influence and freedom are almost the same. You learn to assert yourself through however you can. What kind of check do you want? And I want to leave this totally up to Katha. You're having a moment with this woman that you know is sort of on the other side of a conflict that is complicated. What kind of checker do you want to use to connect and influence this person?
That's hard because my diplomacy is my best, but it's low.
Mm.
But that is Katha. She's upfront and honest.
Yeah.
So here's hoping Roll20 doesn't hate me. Well, it's the plus side of 10, so.
The plus side of 10. A 15 is good. I'm going to let you know that this still is. It doesn't move the needle, but it gives you a glimpse into something. I think you're sitting here talking to her, and you can tell she's keeping up some kind of appearances.
Mm-hmm.
But there's a moment where you like meet eyes, and you're having this discussion about your past and what it's like. You're offering up some sort of vulnerability, and she doesn't. She offers up a front that is like meeting you halfway. But
Yeah.
there's something you see that I think the only other time you've seen it was with Koromo Ravenspell, and as he was leaving the lighthouse and you never saw him again. There's the front seems like both a reflex but also an imperative. You can tell that what you can tell is that she is being influenced, but that's not an end all be all, you know. You know that it's about proximity. And I think this is like the confirmation that if the the confirmation you get from this, or no, one more perception check. So you can tell something's going on. You can tell something's going on from your. Okay, perfect. You can tell she's being influenced. You can tell she's putting on a front, which might just be her natural personality. She seems pretty terse. She's violent. She's a pirate. She's totally cool. She's trusted enough to feed the slaves, and she does not seem moved by having like children and these bullied people and this giant baby. But you can see that there is a struggle. Like whatever is influencing her is like she is aware that she's not able to like truly reach out, even if it is her normal personality and normal reflexes in a social situation in front of you, that there is more. She is aware that she's not in control of herself, and you can see that. The other thing you can see is that she's not looking down where the one is chained up. She's looking up. And that's where we'll leave today.
Okay. All right. Oh. Thank you for joining us today. Hope you've enjoyed this, and we look forward to providing some more soon. But have a great day.
Mm-hmm.
Bye.
Bye.